Jonathan, welcome on, man.
What's up? How you doing?
Great, man. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for reaching out so we can put this together. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself for the viewers, please?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm Jonathan Haynes. I'm a local professional fighter and fight coach at Fitness Quest in Puyallup.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on your recent big victory. That was looked pretty dominant. Let's just say that. What do you want to tell me about that as we get started?
Oh, it was a great fight. I knew he was tough. I knew he was tough coming into the fight because he's finished everyone he's won. And at one point he was having a losing record and he turned it around. So anyone that's willing to keep pushing, despite some losses, is a tough guy. So, went down there. It was a local guy. I've been fighting local guys for a minute now. And it was just a fantastic fight.
Good, man. Well, it looked great. I know, were you working with Eddie on that one? Or was this before?
No, Eddie's been setting up fights for me for 4 fights.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
just want to give a quick shout out to Eddie Blackburn.
That's
Just
right.
started One Speed Management.
That's right.
He's out there trying to do big things. So pro fighters, if you're looking for management, he's a good guy. You reach out to him. He'll take care of you.
They get you as many fights as you want.
There you go. Yeah. All you
And,
got to do is let him know.
He just, I fought a real tough dude named Kaysen Hammer.
Yep.
Down at the Alani. And
I
he
know who
just signed
Kaysen
him
is.
too.
Yep.
So,
I watched Kaysen fight on the Emerald Queen card as well.
yeah, no, he's a badass, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's awesome. It's what happens when you're local fighters. It doesn't mean you guys got to be, hopefully buddies or anything like that. But I get it.
I wouldn't mind. He's a good dude.
Yeah,
He's a good kid.
Most fighters, like everyone I ever fought, like we're good. So I mean, everyone I maintain contact with, yeah. But,
Yeah. I'm friends with, I'm good with all, but there was one that was kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I won't say his name.
No, please don't.
Only recently he started liking some of the fight stuff, so I was like, that's interesting. Maybe we can,
Maybe you turn a corner.
maybe we can hash it. We're older now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and when you go through enough bullshit, like has something like, I don't fuck about that anymore. It's like
Exactly.
shit. Like I got too much other shit that's right now.
Yeah, real life things.
Real life, yeah.
Yeah.
So like real life shit, like my toilet handle broke earlier, and I'm like, hey man, I just got back from Ace Hardware.
Oh, that sucks.
I mean, I just had to go buy the
you just
toilet
went
handle.
I thought you meant like you went and then you came back and it broke.
Oh no, I went back up there and was like, just life, like we were saying. But yeah, man. I think. Well, we talked yesterday for a little bit briefly on the phone, and we're really aligned on a lot of the stuff, like trying to help the Pacific Northwest, the community, showcasing, like building the skill level, because there is a gap. I would say, like I've been saying, like forget about Dagestan, welcome to Washington, you know, but there is. I would say a skill level gap right now of like really high level people and then like the beginners that are just kind of dabbling and stuff like that. And you made a comment about, helping build that skill set. So what do you want to say about that?
Well, so the way I see it is that there was a time when like all the guys that were kind of the OGs of the Pacific Northwest fight scene are all like in their 50s, starting into their 60s now. And they didn't really hand it off. So there aren't a lot of guys like in their 40s that I know that are really that took it over.
Right.
So now it seems like there's a bunch of guys that since I just came back from Texas, 4 years in Texas, came back, and most of the guys that are kind of trying to build something are all mostly around like mid 30s.
Right.
And so there's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of skills and knowledge that was passed down, but I don't know, like it wasn't. I don't know if the leaders were set up right or weren't set up, but there's been this gap. And on top of that too, I think there's a lot of skilled guys and there's really, really tough fighters up here. But the shows, there's not a ton of shows. There's a lot of shows, there's a lot of fights happening, but there's not a lot of big time pulling people in.
Right.
So yeah, I think that we need to try to get the skill gap up or get people's skills up, get them some wins, then get out of here and go fight other places so we can attract fighters coming in.
I agree entirely. And that's it's interesting you say that because I think that's a good point. It's not something I thought about recently is that age gap a little bit. What I can say about that is like as you mentioned that I remember everybody being like, "Oh, you don't go to this gym to train. You don't go to, being a little bit more of the gatekeeping side of things."
Absolutely.
And I feel like our generation's like, fuck the gatekeeping stuff. We all need to, if we're gonna grow to what we actually want to be, we gotta support each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what you're alluding to, right? Is like we gotta come together, build it up, and then there are people, bringing out some out of state and out of country fighters coming up.
Starting to happen.
We'll get to that here in a few. But there's a lot of amateur shows around here. And when you see the pro shows, like you said, a lot of, or I don't really see full pro shows up here. It's just pro-am.
Yeah.
And when they do those, it's great. But at the same time, everyone's fighting each other that's local. Like you fought Case and Hammer. You know what I mean? You guys are local, like Pacific Northwest. It's nothing bad about that. Like we have to have that local circuit. But like, what is the overall ranking system for this circuit? Who is sharing fighters? Like, how are we doing this?
Yeah.
And who's regulating these sort of things? And not that we need to be overly regulated, but we need a platform, something like that, so we can be like, this is #1 Washington ranked fighter. Go fight in fucking Massachusetts.
Yeah.
To your point, or something.
Yeah, I agree.
There's an opening there. But.
Yeah, there's a few things you touched on. One, the gatekeeping. I used to train at AMC, which recently closed down.
Yep.
And that was one of those names. It was like,
oh yeah, Matt Hume.
AMC. Yeah.
Crew Brian Jones walked me right up to him at my first smoker at West Coast and was like, this is Matt Hume at AMC. He's like, we fought him a bunch at Chai Sai and all this stuff back in the day. So, dude, it's interesting.
Yeah, and so that's kind of where it came from. And I also, if you look at these guys that set everything up, like the gatekeeping makes sense, but I think it made sense for a previous era, because when you're early on and you're getting into martial arts and no one really cares about martial arts yet, and they're building this sport with MMA, and they're building like the kickboxing, they're building all of it. Right. They gotta make money too, so they open a gym, they make their money through memberships, and there's not a ton of people who are actually interested, because the UFC and UFC wasn't first, but they were the first up here. As far as like for the first one that when people still say, oh, you do that UFC stuff. They don't do MMA. They say you do that UFC stuff. So I say yes, I do the UFC stuff. So when it comes to fighting, like, and getting things going, like as a martial arts owner, a membership matters a lot.
That's a good
and so,
point.
And if there's like only 3 or 4 in town, and by in town I mean like in the whole Puget Sound, then you're trying to prove something with your gym.
That's a great point, man.
So it made a lot of sense back then, but now, like the way it is, there's a lot of people in martial arts. There's a lot, I think there's a way for people to make money owning a gym. You know, you can own a gym, and you can have your people paying the bills, who are here for self-defense, here to get in shape, here because it's fun, doing jiu-jitsu, doing kickboxing, doing Muay Thai, doing all of these different things, right? When it comes to fighting, most gyms still don't have very many killers. You might have 1 or 2. You might be in different weight classes.
Yep.
And you might have a few guys who are really athletic, who are also like they're competitive and something. Maybe they're young guys. They're here. They're back from college, and then they're going back to college. Yep. And then they're life happens. So there's a lot of different ways or reasons why I could see in the past, hey, like, be one of our guys. Like if you train with us, be our guy. But when I came back from Texas, where I'm coming from Fortis MMA, which is like 25 UFC fighters at one time, had like maybe 5 top 10s, 1 or 2 champions. Shit. And on that's just the UFC guys. We also have a ton of. We had so many other pros and amateurs, working their way up. A pro practice have 50 people easily. That's wild. Every pro practice has like 50 people. Don't even have any space. Yep. So I'm coming from that. I'm seeing like that huge amount of, like, one of the reasons that depth of talent and depth of athleticism and competitive fighters, that room breeds more. Like, it's the room that's building you. Yep. You can be a great instructor. You can be a great coach, which I think are 2 different things. You can, there's a lot of roles to be played, mostly played by all those roles are usually played by one person in the gym. It's like the owner, you're the head instructor, you're the coach, you have to do all the cornering, you have to do all the practices. There's so much to manage that.
Spread so thin.
Yeah, it's really hard to do. You go down there, it really is the room that's making you better. Who are you actually training with? Yeah. Who are you getting your live rounds with? That's who's going to get better. And the best thing, one of the best advice I've ever gotten, or some of the best advice, was when I was in Austin before I got to Fortis. There's a guy named Mo Siddiqui, who was a boxing Olympic alternate, and he was this badass boxer. He had a conversation with me. He said, "Hey, because I was in Austin getting great training, but I didn't have the partners, so I was looking for new partners." And he's like, "Look, the number one thing is finding people that are trying to accomplish the same thing as you. You know, so if you want to get to a goal, you need to find other people that trying to reach the same goal. More than coaching, instruction, the right team, the right name, all of that. Those all matter, but above everything, it's your partners, your actual boys, and so or girls, and so that's when I went looking, and so I come back up here and I'm like, oh man, it's bare bones. There's tough guys, like there might be
spread thin though.
Right. There might be a real tough 22-year-old who's super athletic, super tough, dedicated, but he just started fighting.
Yeah.
I'm fighting now. You know, I'm 33. I'm turning 34. If I can push it, maybe 5 years. If I can push it, if I don't get injured and all these things, there's not enough time for him to catch up.
Right.
He'll be coming up, but the skill gap is too far.
Yeah.
And so I look at this. I'm like, this is kind of a real problem. And every gym I went to, it was the same problem. You have some real badass dudes, but they might be different weight class. You know, they're in a different schedule. So what I'm doing right now, what I'm doing with Jake Swartz down at Fitness Quest in Puyallup, is we've built something where it's like an open mat. Keep your affiliation with your team, train wherever you're training. Stay there. You know, keep your membership there, and come train with us. You know, if you want to compete. We're creating an open mat competition scenario where you can, you know, come on down and get hard live rounds with like the most competitive guys around. And it's growing really fast. We got guys who I won't say his name. I can't say too much. Who drive like an hour and a half every Saturday to come train with us.
Oh yeah.
Every Saturday.
Love it.
You know, and we got guys. We got guys from all over the place that are hearing about it and coming. And so at some point, I think it's not gonna make sense not to train with us. Yeah. If you're trying to be a competitive fighter, right? And you're trying to win at this and actually make some money at doing this.
Love it.
So
we're definitely on the same page. You said a lot of stuff right there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think that was probably the best breakdown I have heard yet of the state of the Pacific Northwest in fighting. I don't want to say overabundance, but an abundance of gyms. I'm lucky to be at a gym where we have 4 instructors for the Muay Thai side, but like you said, usually have 1, maybe 2, and a lot of times they fucking butt heads. They don't work together well, and it ends up being a falling out. But we are building over there at Fitness Quest in Puyallup.
Yep.
That's huge because, like I said before, you know, like I want to help build this community to be nationally and internationally recognized.
Yeah.
We should be, you know, and being able to come together and pull your fighters together because, as you said, as you were saying, most gyms have a couple good dudes or like some real killers, and then there's a gap, right? Yep. And we were talking about that off the podcast about, you know, my team in particular, about how we got a couple of killers and we got a big gap between people trying to bridge that gap. We got a lot of hobbyists, you know, but 1 or 2 or 3 people in the gym operating like that isn't going to be good enough as, like you said, as a gym that's got 25, 50 people or 100 or 200 people. And you need that on a daily, maybe not daily, but consistent.
You need consistent.
4, 5, 6 days a week, as consistent as you can make it,
right?
Depending on your goals.
Right.
And we don't have that here in the Pacific Northwest.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's coming.
It's coming. Now, if anybody is listening, if you want to make a serious run at this, you can't be relaxed. Anybody that knows my classes, I'm like every step, every rep, every single time you do something, it needs to be at the best level you can do it. Otherwise, you're just kind of slacking, you know. But if there's openings like what you're saying, there's going to be a breeding ground for all that. There's going to be a bunch more people wanting to just train there and open up that kind of stuff. You alluded to Matt Hume and AMC. That's one of those names that's been up here. 3C, Charlie Combat, you know. A lot of names like that long term, and I don't want to say there's the overabundance is probably taking things away, but it's easy to be casual about this here in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And because of the lack of pool of fighting opportunities that we were talking about earlier, it also, like, from the back end, it's harder to get fights for those people. Like, you know, it would make sense to move to Texas or California or Arizona. So if we're gonna build this, we're gonna need something like what you're doing there.
Yeah, you know, also, you know, some good points in that. Taking it casual, like, it doesn't make you any money. It just doesn't until a certain point. Like, you have to really you gotta get to UFC. You gotta get to a real big name.
A big name UFC.
Right. You have to get there to really make this, like, to be like a legitimate, like, professional. Like, hey, I'm just training to fight. So, and not everybody has opportunities, like, to build their life in a way where they can really pursue this. So I understand feeling like kind of like you're going through the motion because you don't know how to do it. You don't. And what I'm going to get to is belief. I don't think a lot of people really believe that they're going to be able to actually do it. So they say the things, they show up, they spar, they're down, they're tough. They show up and they do the sparring, they do the training. They might even be getting together and trying to work on, like they should be, on their weaknesses.
Yeah.
But they don't really believe that they're going to get there because, honestly, they're not. As far as, like, right now, the promotions here, really good fights. We have some good fights and some really good promotions. I'm enjoying them, fighting for all of them. I'm going here and fighting next month and then another one and another one. But the UFC and the big time are not looking.
Right.
And we know that. So, and fighters know that. So they're fighting here and they're doing what they can to make a name for themselves here, but then they leave.
Yeah.
Or
they stop because they know they can't.
Yeah.
They have to leave.
Exactly. And they might not have the money to do that. Or they go and they make a run. Like I saw this at Texas, at Fortis. A lot of guys, some really good guys too. With that, I was like, I remember pulling one guy aside. I'll throw his name out, Dwight Brown.
Okay.
And man, he's athletic. He can make it. He's also got like 5 kids.
Right.
You know, and so it's like he came and I'm like, hey dude, I think you have star power. You know, I think you can really make this. But he's got to pay for his kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got a family depending on him. And so that's a lot of guys. That's a lot of guys is they're married, they're newly married, maybe new kid, new child. I was gonna fight a guy, but he's got a kid. He's gonna have a kid like around the same time as my fight. So he said no. So hopefully I can get him later. But so that happens constantly, right? And so if you believed in yourself, like truly, actually, then you might actually be able to make this. Yeah. But to do that, either you're just delusional because you're like, oh, I'm just going to be, I'm going to, trust the universe and somehow I'm going to make it. It's like, it helps to know, hey, I believe in my coaching. I believe in the opportunities. I believe that my manager can get me fights.
Yep.
I believe that the promotions are going to look out for me and that they're going to build me some content or help me actually get out there. Yeah. And then it becomes real. Yeah. And then it's like, you show up, you try hard, and it becomes real. So it's like, okay, maybe they should already be working on their nutrition. They should already be sleeping well. They should already be doing everything that they know that they should be, or they might not even know, honestly. A lot of people don't have the right knowledge. But they know that they should be working on it, but they don't believe that they can actually make it anyway.
Yep.
So it's like you're kind of one foot in, one foot out, you're hanging out.
Yeah. Dude, I could not agree. Your breakdowns are spot on. Let me just say that. So that is again accurate as fuck. And there's a lack of a path. Right
exactly. Well, you don't know, and so you're trying to carve it out.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to fight.
You barely have enough time to accomplish all the training, all the nutrition, all the sleep that you referenced. Like, it's hard enough to do all of these things at a high level. Like, I always say, like, if I didn't have Crew Brian Jones Jr., he was that for me. He's the one that made me believe from day one. And I walked into the gym that we're talking about with 10, 15 high-level fighters, maybe not like high-level pros and UFC guys like you were doing in Texas, but it was that version of that for me here. This is 2011 when the MABJJ and Fife just opened. And, we have...
that's where you started?
Yeah, 2011, right when Master Southend took over the program. I was working with Crew Jones for about 5-6 months before that at LA Fitness and Puyallup and stuff like that. Yeah. And running around with Taki with a fucking mask on and shit. Anyway, but I had that version, and it's gone so far from that. Now, like you said, we got 2-3 people like that ish, and instead of a stable and like 2 or 3 hobbyists, because everybody knows how hard it is.
Yeah.
But if there is a legitimate path, like, all right, you have the belief in your coaches, you see other people taking that path, so it's not hard to see what the path looks like. It's, I believe in visualization is a huge thing. And if you can see somebody else doing it, you don't really have to visualize as much. What does that look like, the UFC here? Well, it's not here. It's going to be here in March again. Or in spring. I don't know exact date. I think it's March.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think it's March.
But again, it's the pool is small. I believe it's because of the overabundance of gyms. And the casuals being able to be like, I can go, it's a stone's throw away to find a fucking gym now.
Yeah.
And again, each gym is going to have a few killers, but if everyone's like, oh no, we don't go cross train. I'm a big believer in cross train, like what you guys are doing, and doing it on a consistent basis to develop your skills, to get different looks. If you're the big fish in a small pond and you're relying on that to get and stay sharp, it's not going to be good enough. You're going to go to the next level. You're going to go outside of your realm, outside of the state, and you're not going to do as well.
No. Well, and when you get those out-of-state fights, you're supposed to lose.
True.
You're supposed to lose.
Yeah.
If we bring someone from Vegas, we want the Vegas guy to lose here, to the local guy, because we're selling tickets. That's how it goes.
But if we leave, we're winning.
That's right.
Bring that Washington State name back.
Yeah. Well, and so a few things that you said. One thing, talked about like the super high level guys. Here's something I learned. I used to train with Demetrius Johnson. Never with him because he was way smaller than me, right? I remember when he was on his tear and he's winning, right? And he fought Tim Elliott.
Okay, yeah.
Remember Tim Elliott? Tim Elliott was by far the worst fighter out of all the guys he fought. Yeah, and he almost won. Yeah. There was a moment from my perspective at the time. Maybe if I rewatch the fight, maybe he wasn't even close. But I remember there's a moment.
Training with DJ.
Yeah.
You're like, I know where he's at. Where a casual fan doesn't. Is that
and well also, and just knowing like Tim Elliott he's stick around. He's a bad dude. He's a badass. But I remember thinking that the gap from the best guy to the worst guy was like from like the floor to the ceiling. Yeah. In reality, after that fight, I thought, you know what? It's actually like this. Like a regional guy might actually be kind of close. Okay. If he believed in himself and had the right support and took it seriously and committed. Yes. He might be able to get there. True, but then there's a lot of other things that there's a lot of factors that come into someone that actually succeeds and someone that doesn't. Sometimes though it actually is commitment. Sometimes that's actually it. You have to actually believe in yourself, and you actually have to commit to, no, I'm going to actually make this happen. Which is one of the reasons why I think it has to start, well, and it can continue too, because shit happens. You lose the fight. You lose the fight you're supposed to win. And then you're like, I'm back now. Yeah. Now you dropped down. You might have to climb again. Yep. Right? I lost my first 2 pro fights. Yeah. It's terrible. Yeah. It sucked. Dude, 0-2. Yeah. I don't want to tell people I fight. Because, what's your record? Like,
I hated that. What's your record? I hated that shit. Because
I hate it too.
Not indicative of how well you're actually doing.
It isn't indicative of the performance. It's not indicative of your potential, but it is indicative of your performance. And one of the things that's changed for me recently is belief, right? Yeah. Belief. I wanted to, just like everybody else, I wanted to think, okay, I think I can do this. Yeah. But by training with the best, by training with better guys, by being able to say in the room, hey, you know what? That guy's a badass, but I'm getting closer. Yeah. He takes me down 15 times, or Jake could probably get me 50 times in a day. He probably could get me down 50 times. 50 attempts, 50 times. Damn. Successes. But it's like, hey, I stopped that takedown the first time. Yep. So I'm getting there, right? And then you go out and you fight and you win, and you're like, oh, okay. And then you fight and you win again, you're like, oh, okay. You're like, yeah. And then the belief, it builds and it builds and it builds.
Yeah. Well, it's reinforced.
Exactly, it's reinforced. You have a reason. So it's not just potential delusion. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm proofing myself to myself. And then I'm going in there and performing better and better and better, right? And there's guys that are training with us who we've already seen that. We talk about it, Jake and I, we've already seen like the mentality shift and the performance shift. And people starting to they look like there's the scene, I can't remember what movie it was. Martin Short he's a like a psychopathic killer in a prison, and someone tries to fuck with him, and he throws hot oil over his face, and he's like, "You think you're locked in here with me?"
Yeah.
Or no, you think I'm locked here with you? You're locked in here with me.
Yeah, yep.
You know, and so that kind of mentality shift we're seeing in the guys that are training with us, and they're going out there and they're going after and they're beating people up. It's like they're not fighting a sport. They're beating the other man up.
Exactly.
And so,
which is part of the sport that we do.
Right.
Yeah,
and so
you
it's
don't
like
have that in you.
So that belief system, like the Washington guys, another tangent but attached tangent is one of the gyms in Texas I was at, one of the coaches, big time coach, said, "We don't fight guys from the Pacific Northwest."
Ooh, why is that?
Because they're too tough. Because they're psycho. He says, at the time I came in, I was bald with a beard, right? Mm-hmm. And he pointed me out there, where he goes, after he's stress tested, had me fighting in front of all the pros in the gym at the end of practice, and he's like, this is the Pacific Northwest. They all got beards. That's not true, but it is pretty true. They all got beards, hairy guys up there, and they just throw down. You know, that's true. There's a ton of tough guys up here.
We're the motherfucking Vikings of the United States.
Right. Well, also, if you think about, like, go back into, when everything was being settled, we kept going.
Yeah,
people kept going
until we can't.
We went until we went through a lot of mountains. Like they not us, but whoever.
Mountains to get here.
The people that got here, and then it's gray, it's wet. Who chose to live here?
Stay here.
These are some
it's
psychos.
Not like fucking England where you're stuck on an island.
No, we could go there. Now, Alaskans, I would say, are probably tougher. Probably. I just assuming.
I think they can't. We're tough because we have to go outside. There's a long time where you really can't do much in Alaska for a long part of the year.
Listen, I haven't gone there, so I don't know. I just assume.
My dad was stationed in Alaska for a long time, so I hear all the stories. You just really can't go out there.
Yeah.
You can because you gotta, but it's short.
Yeah.
And now you're inside and but I mean, obviously they're tough as fuck too.
Yeah, exactly.
But you just don't hear about it.
But so, like, we have the toughness, and toughness gets you. Toughness wins fights.
Toughness will win you a fight.
It wins fights. You'll lose on skill, and you can lose on toughness. But like,
I was always praised for having a fucking granite chin, which is not a good way to find out. Like, how do you find out you have a granite chin? Like, getting the shit beat out of you and being like, I'm still here.
That's
Homer
worth something.
Simpson syndrome. Got the shit beat out of me, didn't go down.
It's worth something. It's worth. It is worth something if you have that.
It's to understand yourself.
And sometimes,
like, I can fight through something.
Sometimes I think that's just a choice. It's like, I'm not going to go down. I'm not going to go out. I'm going to keep fighting. So when I think about Pacific Northwest and Washington, because also Portland, they're doing pretty well.
Oh,
they're doing pretty well.
That's part of the other Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Can't be just Washington, but yeah.
I want to fuck them up though. So they're in my crosshairs.
I love it. Okay.
They're in my crosshairs.
Yeah.
So, but good on them. They're doing a good job right now. We're gonna take over. We're gonna start fucking them up, but we have there's tough guys that is good skill. The cross training, I think, is for right now. I think it's very important. I think for right now. Will that be forever? I don't know. But for right now, for where it's at, you have to find the rooms that are gonna get you there.
100%.
And so. Then it goes to, okay, that if you have fighters who are willing to drive when they are.
Yes, they
I know
are.
this because I drive an hour and a half.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're willing to do that, you have guys that are actually willing to do that. The instructors and coaches, just let them go.
Yeah.
We're not trying to take them, but let them go.
I think that's becoming more.
Let them come in. Well, I think they're going to have to.
Right, because they watch.
The fighters are going to go.
Doing it, and then the fighters are asking like, "Hey, can I?" And then they're getting better.
They're asking. Sometimes not asking. Sometimes they're just going to do it
Sometimes
anyway.
you learn the hard way that you're going to lose a student by being so rigid.
Right. And so it's like, if we can do that, I believe in a very short period of time, maybe 2 years. Could be faster, but let's say 2 years. We could have guys who are now being called up to LFA, being called up to Tough Enough, being called up to maybe not Fury, they're down, but maybe Fury. I don't know if you know Fury. They're real big down there in PFL's. They call guys, I guess it sounds like.
Yeah.
It sounds like they're more up here.
Yeah.
But coming from Texas, I'm looking at some of the main feeders that are put people in the UFC. Like LFA's put like 300 people in the UFC.
Yeah.
So,
oh yeah.
And multiple champions of the UFC champions.
Michelle's been on here, and she's in the LFA, and she said the only way I can break an LFA contract is if the UFC calls.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, because Ben builds.
Rep up at Ring Demon?
I don't. No.
Okay. Yeah,
but
she's done the podcast, but she's awesome. Yeah.
Cool.
She just fought Elena Pereira.
Yeah. I should follow. I don't follow names very well.
Me neither. Yeah. It's like, how are you a coach and doing all this? I'm like, I know some names from the 80s and 90s.
I'll know the names of the guys that we're gonna fight.
Josh
you know
Bonner.
what I mean? Or all the guys on my hit list.
Josh
I got like
Bonner
50
is
people.
somebody.
Josh Barnum?
Yeah, you know Josh, right?
I don't.
Hilltop Sasquatch. Oh, he's just a dude around here.
Okay.
I was just, yeah.
Yeah. I've been gone, so yeah. See, I don't know.
No, he's not a big name out here.
How big is he?
No, he's not a big name out here. He's
No.
just a big dude.
How physically big is he?
Heavyweight, 265, 6'1", 6'2".
Still fighting?
I don't know. Hilltop Sasquatch, reach out if you watch this. Anybody else reach out to Josh, see if he's still fighting. He took a pro card earlier this year or last year.
Who is it? Wait, what's his last name?
Bonner. Josh
Bonner. I don't know. But if he's big
dude. That's what I'm saying. Is like
we got some big eyes.
And see, I kind of want to touch on something that you said. Thanks again for the coffee.
Oh yeah, good.
But so you said coaches, let your fighters go there. Build that skill, let's shorten that skill gap that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because low level or good amateurs can bridge the gap to good pros pretty quickly with the right tutelage, with the right training, iron sharpens iron, all that. And hopefully it doesn't stay having to go that way. Hopefully these people can get better, take those skills back to the gym, come revisit, take more skills back to the gym.
Exactly.
Help iron sharpens iron, take that sharpening, what you've sharpened, back to your fucking team, get better. They're going to get better. Hopefully some more want to come out. You have a fucking 200 people at your spot and just be like, we have to call rounds now. Stuff like that.
That's the goal. The goal is long term. Look, it's like stay where you're at. It's fine to stay where you're at. But when you want to prepare for a fight, you want that actual experience of hey, this guy's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Come get that with us.
That's irreplaceable. You can't skip that kind of training. In my opinion, I know there are people that have been successful without sparring.
They come back. No, they did sparring. They sparred. They sparred hard. They got their and then what I mean. They got to a level.
Get there without sparring.
Right.
They stopped for whatever reason, and then they usually come back to sparring.
Yeah, and people go, oh well, like Robbie Lawler.
He didn't fight. The main person I think of when I say that.
It's Robbie Lawler. He's been in thousands of wars probably in the gym and in fights.
Question if that guy can fight with or without sparring.
Right. And Max Holloway's another one.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, these guys, they can stop.
They're warriors.
They don't need to spar anymore. They've done enough. But early on, you need to know that you have to have some experience of that violence. Mm-hmm. So then it's on the coach in the rooms on how to address training or how to structure training another way, which is another thing that I like to talk about is actually I won't share that. I don't want to share the secrets.
You don't have to give out too much.
There's better. Yeah, come train with us. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
There's ways to hike up the intensity to max while reducing the risk.
Definitely.
We figured that out. None of our guys are getting injured. We go hard as fuck.
See, I like that. A lot of our guys get injured too. We are a notorious gym for going hard. Apparently, everyone's like, "Oh, you guys fucking always go hard." I'm like, "We do." And then, you go train at other spots, and they're like, "Can we take it down a little bit?" But I hear that more, some gyms are like that, and some gyms aren't. You know what I mean?
There's a time and place for it. So, you gotta know your fighter. You gotta know when they're gonna fight. There's a lot that goes into it. So, and I'll say this too. As our program grows, the stats will be worse. You know what I mean? Like if we have 50 guys, more people get injured.
True.
So because there's 50 guys. Yeah. So
percentage.
So where we're at now, no one's getting injured. I fought 5 times this year.
That's a lot.
Didn't get injured once.
I love that.
Actually, I didn't get injured in a way that would stop me from fighting. I do have this bursitis that keeps popping up.
I was gonna say everybody's injured, but it's not enough hopefully to stop you. And just real quick, that is the fight frequency I love to see.
That's great.
At least 4 times a year for any of my students or anyone considering that. That is taking it seriously. That is actually putting yourselves out there. especially in like as a beginner, like you're gonna know who you are in those first 5 to 10 fights. You're gonna find out like what kind of fighter you are. Those first 5, forget about it. Just go get it done. You know, get your smokers in, get your fucking.
Oh, I love smokers.
Yeah, you get the experience without having to hopefully get knocked out.
Yeah.
Or we've talked about something. Well, in West Coast, shout out to those guys. They've really dialed in their program, and it's Ben, the guy that's been helping ref. Like he's pretty quick to step in and shut things down when the time comes. Anyway,
Talon's got a few good guys.
They've always
a lot of
had
tough guys
at West Coast, man.
Yeah.
Right?
I did a bunch of my smokers at West Coast.
Yeah.
I actually fought Garrett. I know that he passed away, but
Garrett Reitz,
I fought him way back when. He was tough as hell too.
So you fought Garrett?
Yeah, I fought.
What was the
smoker?
Do you remember the date?
No, I remember it was early in the year.
Okay.
I think it was my fifth. No, this is my sixth. My sixth fight.
The year?
Nah, man, I was like 23. It's probably 10 years ago.
Okay, so cause I don't remember Garrett doing much, but I remember he did. I don't remember if he did the smoker the same night or the next time, but like we were doing the smokers around the same time.
Oh, really?
So I was like, I might have been there one time. I always tell everybody I was the last one from my very first one. I did the smoker against RJ Hoyt. So I don't know if you know who that is.
I know. I tried to fight him.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Well, we have a big weight difference. Like I was weighing that day at 195, and he just came from.
He was at 55 at the time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a 40-pound difference. And his coach is yelling at me. I mean, you don't know who you are, where you are, and to fight a dude that's scrappy like RJ and smaller, and be like, we're fucking going at it.
It's a fight, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but might have been right around the same time because I got the picture right after, and Garrett and Jimmy fucking standing right there. Jimmy was one of his best friends for a long time. But yeah, man, it's fucking beautiful sport that we do.
Yeah, Talon's got some guys, and Talon's a good dude.
Yeah.
Good gloves. He's got Mad Dog. I think Mad Dog he's got these genuine leather like puffies.
Okay.
I bought some off him. They're nice. I bought some off him. Then I bought some more for a few friends of mine. Good gloves.
Looking to get Talon on here. I talked to him right after the redemption fights, and he was like, shoot me a message. I haven't done it yet, but it's the holidays and I'm busy as fuck. But get Talon on here. Hopefully, he'll tell me about it too.
Yeah, good gloves. So.
Who else you see in the Pacific Northwest right now? Like gyms and stuff that are putting out quality.
Oh, Synergy, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Synergy, of course. Nick and Ron at Synergy, they're putting out a lot of guys.
Yeah. A lot of activity.
Yeah, and a lot of their guys are training with us because they're Fitness Quest.
Right.
So, who else do I know? I don't know a lot actually of like actual like specific gyms because I'm still getting reoriented. You know what I mean? Ivan's got some guys. I was training Ivan's for just a few months before I started training with Jake, and I don't remember the name, but where Chase is at, out in Enumclaw.
Chase Hooper. I'm not sure the exact gym either.
I've never been there. I've sparred him while Ivan's him and they have a few guys.
Okay.
So I know that they've been around. Yeah. They put some guys out.
For sure.
But yeah, I don't know all the other ones. I'm trying to meet more people.
Okay.
So I can say to say hey, and Ring Demon. Ring Demon. So Eric, I just met Eric for the first time. I've known about him for a long time because Brand Dudley. Know his name? His name long time ago. Such a good fighter. Okay. Such a good martial artist. Such a good human. And just fantastic human. Brandon Dudley. Brandon Steadley Dudley, I guess is what he.
Okay, cool.
I call him Deadly Dudley.
Deadly.
But Steadley Dudley. I think he's out. I think he's out. But he was coaching at AMC for a period. That's when I met him. And then Drew Brokenshire and Ludasport.
Yep.
So
Drew's awesome.
I haven't seen Drew in many years, but stay connected with him a little bit. Yeah. But I haven't seen him for a long time. Great. So he's got guys. There's gyms. There's people who've done it and they're But you have every once in a while you get a tough guy coming in like Falde. I think it's Falde. Yeah, he's tough. He's good. I watched him fight Nathaniel Ronan. That's another name that got.
Sway City.
Yeah, so love to train with him sometime.
Yeah.
But they have stuff going at the same time as when we're at practices. So I'm like, someday I want to get some with him because he's tough.
It's funny you say that because next year we're a couple of people that I've been talking to are talking about bringing together like. First of all, it's like a coaches get together, instructors, whatever, get together and like let's do like all gym thing, like something huge, like find a big venue and bring everyone together. You look like you have something.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like a lot of other people are like thinking similar stuff, which is great because it's not going to be orchestrated by just one person or one team. It's going to have to be like all of us pitch in, get a big venue, all of us come together, bring everyone you got, and let's fucking do something big.
Yeah. I've also thought, I played with this idea. I haven't pushed it, I haven't tried yet at all, but it's sticking with me. So I'm like, I want to make this happen.
Okay.
I want to have like fighters only smokers. It's like, don't bring your fans, don't bring your family, don't bring your girlfriend. She's not invited.
Right. Okay.
Just show up and behind closed doors. Let's fight.
I like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about Eddie Blackburn, that's how it was always showing up at his garage.
Did you used to go? I've
used to
heard
run
about
stadium stairs and fucking be devastated. You know that like fighter exhaustion?
Yeah.
You do the hardest workout at the very end and then you go spar.
Yeah.
That was Saturday. So like all week we used to do the old school Rich Franklin fucking adapted workouts. Everything's like 45 minutes of 1 minute intervals. I'm talking about a minute of pull-ups, a minute of dips, straight sled sprints, sled pushes.
Too tough for me. I wouldn't do it.
It fucked my mind because if I can't do that, I can't do a fight camp. And that's not accurate because I've gone to do that.
Yeah.
But in my brain, this equals that. But
yeah.
I kind of lost my train of thought.
That was all good. We were talking about you brought Eddie Blackburn. We were talking about doing the behind closed doors.
So this is the reason I had such strong belief is because I was working out at LA Fitness, and this is how I got into the sport. Is I was just meathead fucking lifting, for no reason, and looking for something. And my roommate worked out with these crazy fighter guys that had this wild workout at LA Fitness, and then I was like, well, I'm not gonna be a pussy and not work out, fucking, no, I'm gonna just do this. No, and I was secretly telling myself I didn't want to do it, but I did. Always have wanted to, and then I jumped in, and it was like day one. I'm like, this is me.
Yeah.
Like this is it, and I never turned back.
Yeah.
So I never stopped. I never I'm not gonna do that for a while. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But anyway, he built me up. He's like, you gotta start coming to stadium stairs. He's like, there's no workout like it. He's like, I've been all over the United States. There's no fucking bowls like that. For anyone that's wondering, that's the 10 Things I Hate About You movie where he's fucking singing on the concrete stairs.
They lost me, but.
But anyway, so we go run, and he's like, this is fighters only. Like, you're not gonna show up if you're casual.
Yeah.
This shit'll kill you. And that's why nobody shows up anymore. JD Burns, shout out. He still goes.
How do I know that name? Oh no, I've watched him. I've never met him.
Yeah,
he's someone I thought about reaching out to him. Actually, I haven't yet.
You should. Okay. He's a great dude. I cold messaged him. Great dude.
Make the connection.
Well,
because he's tough. Anyone's doing bare knuckle, they're tough. I watch the way he fights. It's tough.
Yeah. And then, but back to stadium. So I'll make that connection for sure.
Okay.
But we would go to stadium stairs, and then be like, all right, well, we're gonna go meet up at Eddie's and do some sparring in a little bit. And anybody who knows Eddie Blackburn, you don't go by one speed for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
So I'm going over there getting the hardest sparring of the week in his garage after exhaustion. So that's the old school, get yourself to exhaustion and then go fight, right?
Yeah. I have a different, I don't believe in that method.
Me neither.
But.
After I'm like, oh, there's extra brain damage that comes with that method.
It'll make you tough. It's going to be hard to get to a fight.
Your fucking career.
Right. Right. And then, because then you can lose belief too, because if you're dehydrated, you get concussions way easier. And so it's like.
You take a lot more damage and then
and then you think that you're easier to hurt.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like there's unintended negative impacts of that, but what it gets to the core is like you want to fight. This is hard. This is hard. And also, like I tell people all the time, like when we're actually going, I tell like the people who come on Saturdays, if someone's new, it's their first time, in front of everybody, I tell everybody, or I talk to them and say, here's how we do it.
Okay.
And I'm like, we go hard, we throw hard.
Yeah.
We'll tell you when not to, but like it's okay. And if you want to pull back, you can. We're not gonna pull back.
Okay.
So if you want to, if you like, we're gonna try to make it as safe as possible, which again we have so far. We've had good track record so far, but we're gonna hard. And I tell people, I'm like, fighting is mean.
It is.
This is as mean. It's not as mean as it gets. There's like abusive things like that we're not trying to be, but within fighting, like this is a really mean sport.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hurt you.
Oh, bam, and you're gonna get KO'd because you're being nice.
Right. So it's like
it can't happen.
you have to feel that, I believe, unless or you fight a guy until you fight a guy that's like that. So you can get away with great technique, pristine. You know, you're skilled. You've all these. Maybe you're good at winning a competitor.
Right.
A competitor. There's certain guys. Some of the best fighters I've ever seen. I actually think of them more as competitors and athletes than I do even as fighters, because they're so good at, like, they find ways to win, and that's all part of it. But what happens when you get locked in there with someone who's mean, who's actually trying to harm you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to harm you.
Yeah.
I don't actually want you to be harmed after the fight, but like during, I am trying to break your body in half.
So
you know?
I like the Batman theory. It's like, you're not Bruce Wayne. You gotta go out in public. You know, you gotta go get gas. You gotta go grocery shopping. You gotta do all that shit. That's Bruce Wayne shit. Batman is trying to fuck people up. Like, dude, like, think about it as like, you're in there fighting a criminal. You're in there fighting somebody who, like, wants to hurt you.
Yeah.
Or, like, they're trying to rob you. They're trying to take your life.
Yeah.
It is your job to not let that happen.
Yeah.
It is your job. If you're like, oh, my job is to just kind of do this at the lightest amount possible, you're not doing, it's not going to be a good enough job to get to the higher levels.
No, and you know, you look at who's getting the call up now. It's not just the most skilled guys.
Oh,
It's viral.
Yeah.
It's who's exciting, who's not gonna take a step back,
Yep.
who's gonna point towards the ground and throw.
Yeah.
That's what we all want to see. I'm a fighter. I know skill. I want to see people throw down. I don't want to see a slot fest.
Koga fights lately.
Yeah.
Seeing a lot of those.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. No, he's doing a good job putting some good bangers on.
I was just out at that last one. I'm like, damn, finish. Damn. Like, Jeff the ref, Hoiby comes up, he's like, the walkouts are going to take longer than these fights.
Yeah.
And he was right. He's like, next three. Boom, boom, boom. Like,
I know.
where's the parlay at? Like, I didn't even go bet on this.
I was at so November. I think it was November 8th. I was fighting on Clinch, so Northwest Fight Promotion with Georgia Dodd.
Yes.
And it was out in Yakima.
Yeah.
Already, if you're going to Yakima, they want people to throw down. Guys from Yakima will throw down. They might not be the best fighters, but they're gonna fight.
Some tough dudes.
They're tough, right?
Yeah.
And so I was fight 9 of 10, I think. No, 8 of 9, something like that. I was co-main.
Co-main, yeah.
And and yeah, already just the Legends Casino, the whole event is kind of funny because you're warming up in the same room as the guy that you're going to fight.
Oh, I hate
there's
that.
a curtain, but like I could hear his coach talking shit about me, like during the war, like, all right, whatever. But
I hate that. There's all those little political mental games going. Just give me a fucking space in the back.
yeah, but whatever.
It's all.
He also I found out after the fact, he actually had a teammate in my side. So I found out after, I was like, hey, okay, you got a little spy, but whatever. Good on you. That was a good
These
move.
little fucking promotions and pulling some shit.
I don't think it wasn't George's fault. I love George.
No, but it's funny.
But it happens, you know.
Yeah.
So that's fighting.
That's a funny behind the scenes thing for people that are just fans.
Yeah.
It's like they don't go in the back, and it's like you're so like warming up side by side with your opponent. How
Right.
many times in like the amateur scene you're fucking standing? It's like that Creed movie. He's like sitting there taping his own hands and his corners, fucking like, you know, like side by side. I fought
Yeah.
Miles Coble a long time ago.
I know that name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's my first fight, and it's like a hallway, you know,
Yeah.
like enough for like me and you to stand side by side,
Right.
and that's
Yeah.
where we're warming up, and the hallway, and then you go out, and then his entrance is the hallway here, we're going out. So we're like 10 feet away from each other,
Right.
warming up before the fight. We're on deck, and we went out there, had a great fight,
Yeah.
but it was just, as my first fight, I'm like, this is fucking weird.
That's intense.
This is
That's
awkward.
really
Like,
intense.
is this how
Yeah.
it really? Well, I mean, at West Coast, it's fucking,
Yeah.
it's like now they do a way better job. But like
Did they?
still back then, it was like kind of separated.
Yeah.
It's kind of open. There's like a lot of who am I fighting? You
When
know?
I was gonna fight Garrett,
Yeah.
I watched how he was warming up, and I used an effective strategy. I figured it out watching him.
Yeah,
So you know,
that's
it's like
another layer. It's like I just found out how I'm gonna beat you before we even go out there.
yeah, it worked. But
It does.
it does.
They're like,
But
oh.
no, what I was gonna say about that fight though, going back to the finishes.
sorry.
No, it's good. It was so you're trying to time everything, right? Like I have like a pretty, I like to think of it scientific way of like take this at this point, this at this point.
Right.
You know, I've got
You have
my
a process
way.
that
Yeah,
you
it's a
stick
process to be ready to go right when we go out.
Mm-hmm.
And There's like 5 fights that were they weren't all first round finishes, but like multiples were. And so as a fight, you're looking, you're trying to you're figuring yourself out. You're trying to like contain yourself the right way, get your breathing right, get everything right, get warmed up the right way, and you're like
anxiety that I used to feel.
You start.
It's almost time, but now it's
exactly.
faster, but oh no, this one's taking.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, 15 minutes, and yeah, and then it's like finish. Like, oh no, I gotta fight. I thought I had an hour. I have 20 minutes. It's like time to go. It's funny too about what you talked about with the warming up next to each other. So for that fight, I fought a tough guy, Giovanni Salazar, Extreme Couture. Tough guy.
I was gonna say I've heard that name before.
Yeah, including amateur fights, he was 8-1 coming in, only 1 decision.
Oh shit!
And he was tough. And so anyway, before the fight, they're like, okay, so we're gonna do an intermission, and they're gonna fight.
Yeah. Okay.
5-minute intermission. Okay, so they brought us.
20.
It was long. Yeah, exactly. So they brought us out to be on deck.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of being on opposite sides of the curtain, we're on the same side of the curtain. And so we're right next to each other. And so I look at each other, and he was cool. I actually cut weight with him, which is funny. Cut weight, hung out. A lot of funny things go on with between me and him before the fight.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting there, and we're like, he actually has a similar way of dealing with intensity. And he goes to it. And so we keep like eye fucking each other, and so we're trying, but then we're like staring at each other, and then we're like, I'm not gonna look away. Yeah. So we're doing this, and then we're like jawing back and forth. Then we're doing our own thing. Like okay. Then we come back and then we start like walking. We're like talking shit, talking about the fight, and we're going back, and then it's like intermission. Take it a lot longer than 5 minutes, and you're getting ready. It's intermission time, or not intermission time. You're on deck. Like mentally, you're like, it's time to lock in.
Yeah.
We're gonna go fight. 20 minutes of us back and forth, jawing at each other back and forth, and then we finally get to go out there.
What was the adrenaline like at that point?
I actually did a good job of managing it. I did a good job.
A lot of people have that adrenaline dump by the time they get in there.
No, I don't remember having an adrenaline dump even in the fight, which was an interesting one.
You know how to ride that a little bit.
Now that was the first time that I was able to keep it.
Okay.
This last time, actually, same thing. I did a good job again. But so I thought, okay, that was a weird thing that happened for this fight. Cool. Glad I had this really weird experience. So then last weekend, you're on deck. So we get pulled up. And it was at the FCFF with Kevin Keeney. Badass show. Cool. Badass show. Good fights. Yeah, actually a lot of good fights. And so once again, we're in a space this size next to each other.
Yeah.
And it like ready for the fight, but we watch. It was a title fight, so it's a 5 3-minute rounds. So what is that? It's around 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
plus they do the
intros and walk.
Yeah, and they also do after the interview, the cage interview. Yeah, they don't always do that, And so
I remember.
So we're like right next to each other for it was 20 minutes, and like I'm gonna fuck you up, and he's looking at me thinking, I'm gonna fuck you up,
Yeah.
And so that was interesting. He's a really, really good dude. Brad Davis, really tough dude. But yeah, there's all these weird things that happen in fights. You just gotta be ready for it.
Yeah.
So going back to, like trying to, how do you prepare someone for a fight? Mm-hmm. There's skill set, there's instruction, there's a lot of things. You need to be sparring, you need to be well conditioned. There's all these things that go into it. But then there's also you gotta be ready for a really weird thing. Sometimes people talk shit. Sometimes people are actually rude before the fight, and so there's all kinds of what the fuck that happens.
A lot of weird personality stuff like that, personality shifts, because people again aren't always the same. One of my tougher fights when I was talking about having the granite chin was against a guy named Chris Hartman.
Mm-hmm.
They fought at a crew at Belton's gym at the time, and we're kicking it at the weigh-ins. I'm like, oh, what's up, man? He's talking shit online or whatever.
Okay.
They didn't even spell my name right on the Zables or some shit.
That happens.
Happens.
Yeah.
But Friday Night Fights, East Coast production that came out here a long time ago.
Okay.
And yeah, he's talking shit. He's like, I'm gonna knock this fool out and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm not a shit talker. I'm just whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. But I'm like, I'm not even gonna give people that
energy.
Yeah, that energy. Yeah. I'm not even gonna fucking engage with that, right? So, but again, he's doing a good job of selling it Right? Yeah. And he's knocked a bunch of people out. Like, or I don't know if it was a bunch. He knocked 1 or 2 out before me, and a bunch of people out after me.
Yeah.
But we go in there, he can't knock me out. He's got hands. I went down from a knee in the first round, and
that sucks.
Well,
solar plexus or liver?
Solar plexus. Ugh. Yeah, and it was because of the weight cut. I dropped at least 17 pounds that day. So
that's a lot. Yeah.
Still in the early phases, like this may not be the best way to fucking cut weight.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was the fight that I found out I had a granite chin. But like, again, I keep losing my train of thought.
If you had a granite chin after dropping all that, then you really do have a granite chin, because
I had people that were not friendly with me in the sport at the time come up to me as I'm walking out of the ring saying like, "Dude, you have a fucking granite chin. Holy shit." My head snapped back like this, and he's messaging me. He's like, "Oh, that's weird." He was talking shit. He messages me afterwards. He's like, "Dude, I gave you everything I had on every shot for almost a whole round."
Yeah.
And he's like, "You didn't go down. Went down. It went down from the knee to the solar plexus." He goes to the neutral corner. He looks over at Belt, and he's like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, and then the bell rings, cool. Like I'm a little stumbly, but then went and fought the last couple rounds, and he won clearly in that from the dominance.
Mm-hmm. Happens.
But, and it's just, but like, oh damn, like I must have a granite chin because this motherfucker I can't stand, and I know is a dick to me, came up giving me some of the biggest props I've ever got walking out of a fight.
Yeah.
Like, tough way to find out, but.
Yeah, tough way to find out, but that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool, and it was fine afterwards. Like I'm up fine, like the brain's fucking going just fine. It wasn't concussed. I don't think I was concussed. I was up late that night, just having a great time. No like symptoms.
It's good.
Weird.
As guys like you, I'm like, that's a good thing. You should learn how to grapple. You know, because there's some guys, I've broken my hand on people's head a few times, and so it's like some guys, you hit them a few times hard, you're like, all right, I'll choke you out. I don't want to break my hands today.
I will say, it's not quite the case anymore. Like it does go away. Like I'll take a shot from like Juan Jackson, and he hits a lot harder than he used to, but or because of the skill development and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's times where I'm like, I don't know if I don't want to take it, or if I'm just like because I'm like I'm not trying to compete like that anymore. If I just mentally check out, but there's something there. There's something that like John Jones says. He's like, I don't read punches as fast as when I was younger. Little things like that. And the things that unfortunately do come with age, even if some people don't experience them as much. Like Crew Jones, I talk about an iron chin. This fool just walks forward with his head down and lets you punch him so he can punch you back.
Yeah.
Like, not something you would teach anybody how to fight, but he's dominant and he's a bully. And I was making the comment to one of our students that wants to do their first smoker. And she is a girl, and she's like, posture's way back, like improper posture, and he's punching her, and she's just going back every time. And I'm gonna use him as an example of like how to actually posture, because you can get punched hard as fuck and not lean back, kind of thing. And a big part of like in Muay Thai is that stability, that stance, that posture, and that kind of stuff. So having iron chin, strong posture is a big thing. But I always say that was a fun guy to have to learn how to fight against.
Yeah.
5-time North American Muay Thai champion or whatever. And you're like, this dude's in fight camp, and I'm like green learning how to spar. You know what we're talking about? And like, I used to do this fucking metronome TikTok, Manny Pacquiao, not Mike Tyson style, but like a little bit lighter. And it's like, oh, I think he's gonna go back this way. And fucking
boom.
Just dumb and still like, but not knowing the path.
You're trying to figure it out.
You take extra brain damage because you don't know at times.
I know.
But just back to it though, like being that's how I learned, and what you guys are trying to put together. Like I'm sure you have, like you said, if this is your first time here, we're gonna fucking go at it. But like we're not gonna try to hurt you.
Right.
But you're gonna try to develop that grit and know like this. Yeah. This is where you're gonna come to be mean. You're gonna get some mean rounds in.
That's literally kind of what we talk about. Like that's the brand. The brand is mean. It's like it's not. Are you guys wrestlers? Are you strikers? No, we're mean. Yeah. We're gonna hurt you. Yeah. It's gonna suck. We talk shit in practice.
Love it.
You get held down. In like one of my favorite things to do if someone is new to wanting to train with me, and I don't know their skill set yet, or usually it's like there's a skill disparity. So I've got the skills.
Yeah.
I've got the gap on him. Then I'll do mean things because I just want to see how tough you are.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hurt you,
Yeah.
but you're gonna be in pain. One of my favorite things to do is I'll take them down, and I will not let them. There's no round.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no timer.
I like that.
I'll let them to like that there was a timer though, so they hear it and then they want to quit.
Mm-hmm.
And I say no.
They think to operate in the belt.
I tell them I'm not going to let you up. You have to get out of this. You have to get out.
That
And
can
they don't
break people.
they don't get out usually.
Yeah.
I will eventually let them up, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how far they're willing to go.
Yeah.
How hard
So
they're
they
willing to
just
try.
go flat or like
Yeah. And even then, I'll still because some guys they try like go possum, and now I will be a little bit abusive. I'll do like really mean things like I'll cover your mouth. That's not that mean, but I do that. I did it in fights too.
I know some mean shit. Everybody knows some mean shit. So yeah.
Right, but it's like no, you're not done yet. You're not done yet.
Yeah.
Speaking of, there's a guy who's just started training with us, and super tough.
Okay.
And so day one, he I hadn't gone with him. First time I went with him, I was super impressed because I watched him scrambling really well in a wrestling style way, like really, really good scrambling. I was like, oh, that's okay. He's better than I didn't know what level his skill was at, so I didn't think he was low.
Higher level.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's
impressive.
Yeah, it's like it's hard and it's skillful, but it's also like tough.
Yeah,
and so I went with him, and I got him. I ran him. Basically, I'm on top of him, and he's trying to get up, but I'm not holding him down. I'm beating him as he's getting up, and I get him. We're getting to the cage, or getting to the wall, and as soon as he gets to the wall, his posture was here. And as soon as he gets to the wall, I elbow him extremely hard in the side of the head. Now we've got elbow pads on, but like they're cloth. It still hurts. It hurt my elbow.
It hurts. It just doesn't cut.
Yeah, and I hit him so hard with that elbow. So I knew, ouch, and he didn't. And the round continued a little bit longer than that. And then it was over. But I was like, oh, okay. That's when I decided I want this guy to train with us. Yeah. I want him to train because I'm trying to build a program. Right. But also like, I'll kick you out.
Yeah.
I will uninvite you.
You found like a prime candidate. Like this is like you embody what we're trying to build. Is that what you're kind of saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'll take a guy on that's off the street and doesn't know what he's doing.
Fuck yeah.
I'm cool with that. If you're tough, the one prerequisite is you have to be tough. By tough, it's not you're the best, because you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose a lot of things. Like you're gonna lose in positions. We're gonna put you in. Like one of the things we do, we put you in not just like bad spots. Like everybody's doing like training from bad spots. We put you in like you're nearly finished spots.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
What are you gonna do to come back out of this?
Right, and sometimes the only answer is to just try to survive. It's just, but you better try.
Yeah.
You better not quit.
I fucking love this. This is the embodiment of the actual fight.
Right.
Like you're saying. Maybe not the martial arts side, which there's both in our sport. There's the competition side, and like I'll dial it back to what Bruce Lee used to say. He was like somebody with boxing training and some like even high school level wrestling can beat a lifelong martial artist.
Yeah.
Like, because they have the fight,
Yeah.
not the art. Like, oh, you're being beautiful, or like we're gonna operate in a certain set of rules. You're gonna go do mean stuff and you're gonna not operate between the bells. It's embodying the fight.
Right.
What happens when like everyone loves it compared to street fights, right? It's the closest thing I believe that you can get to a legitimate street fight with skills, right? Like
when it's one-on-one.
When it's one-on-one,
because most street fights, you want to win a street fight, have friends, be bigger, have a weapon, and hit them first.
I always say the way I win games is by not playing.
No, yeah, I'm not playing yours. Yeah,
I'm not playing. No
I'm gonna say we're cool, and they're gonna turn around and they're gonna hit you.
Right. Right.
That's how I'm gonna win the fight, because I'm not gonna if there's malice in it, I'm going to win.
And that's exactly. And think about like a lot of parts of like out Tacoma and stuff like that, and the I-5 corridor, Puget Sound, not the best area. Like there's money out here, but then there ain't. Like it's the whole like you're stepping out of your fucking $1 million home over bums, type shit. So you can get into shit anytime you step out the door. Everyone talks about the fight and the grit and all that stuff. There's a lot of delusion when it comes to that. And so when you're in there and you're like, cause like
we gotta sell. You need to make some money.
Well, you need to make
money. So people come in. They come in for self-defense.
Yes.
So they want to believe that it'll work, like jiu-jitsu.
Right. doesn't always work.
Rarely it works.
And what I would say is the ones that you see for a long time in the UFC, you would see a lot of people win with high level jiu-jitsu. And I think that was a big part of
For a while, not anymore.
Well, right, and that's why I'm like, you see, what does everyone want to see? They want to see high level striking or like the fight, the grit, or like people going at it. And I think that is the evolution of the sport. Again, like they want to see finishes. The UFC, I've been talking about this lately, put out that statement like this is an avenue to be famous and be, like not necessarily an avenue for a sport. It's like that's all done before you hit here. Here you need to be. I don't know if you saw it.
I see it now.
Dana White came out with a statement saying that he's like, once you get to this, he's like, this is an avenue to become famous. Like just recently.
Interesting.
I mean, it makes sense when you're going into Paramount, and that whole subscription thing in 2026 and getting out. You're gonna want a bunch more people watching. So. The famous characters. But like it's kind of like all that fighting, all that other stuff has been developed before you get to this stage. I think is this point. And again, that fight, that's what sells. Like that high level jiu-jitsu. I mean, I've been under MABJJ since the beginning. I don't really do jiu-jitsu, and if I were watching it, I know enough to watch and see what's happening, but not to the point where I'm passionate about it. And I feel like those wins are the people that do it, that train it, that are passionate about it. For the standard fan, it's the fight that they want to see. Yeah. And that, like I said, that's what you're trying to embody. And what you said when you went to Texas about how they're like, oh, Pacific Northwest guys, they're fucking tough. That is, I don't want to say we've lost that because a lot that hasn't been lost, but to bring that back with the purpose. Yeah. Like, this is what we're fucking applying. If you don't want to do that here, there's other gyms.
There's plenty.
Throw a fucking rock, you'll hit one.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, cool.
Yeah, Taekwondo. Go. It's a great, shitty after-school program.
You know what's funny, though? Taekwondo is actually effective.
It is very effective.
It's effective.
Shout out to
Joe?
Mondo.
Mondo. Yeah, see, I know, I'm aware of him. I haven't met him.
He's over at Team Synergy.
Yeah,
he just won that tournament, is champion of that. But like Taekwondo's good, but like there's that old school, like, oh yeah, shitty after school program. From when I was a kid, it was maybe some Taekwondo because I'm from around here, and it was who's the guy in fucking Spanaway? Everybody fucking knows him. Everybody went there, and then everyone's like, oh, never mind, this is not that good. So I just can't remember the name. Somebody will fucking comment. It'll be like, it's this guy. But he's been around. He was around forever. He's not anymore. I think he passed a few years. But anyway, there was a Hapkido school right down the road from there in the little strip mall, and like people do karate because a Karate Kid, So, but again, like those are arts.
Yeah.
Like you go in those and like, oh, point.
Well, so it's like they're knowledge bases. So it's like having a tool. You can get really good at a tool, but you have to know the place for the tool. Yeah. And so I remember met him way back 10 years ago because I was a Taekwondo kid, and I was actually a very accomplished Taekwondo kid.
Good.
So
Crew Jones, and he doesn't even talk about it.
Yeah. And as soon as I hit puberty, my legs closed and they didn't go back up. So I was like, dang it, I can't kick anymore. But what he had said from Taekwondo, he's like, it's the balance, ranging and timing and balance. Like that's very effective,
right?
For fighting.
In that set, yeah.
Well, you can take that, you can go apply it here. There's a lot of things like that within the different like disciplines.
Yes.
But you have to be thinking about the fight and then work backwards. Everyone else goes, I need to learn all this. I need to learn all this. I need to learn all this, and then they can't fight.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
You can't fight because everyone wants to believe that a trained fighter will win a street fight. Not necessarily. Actually, no. Because
it could.
Violence happens at a faster pace and at a higher consequence, and so there's a lot of things, and this is true of also MMA as more violent than these other things. It's tournament fighting. It's me versus you. It's a hierarchy for pride, for money, for something. Fair fight. Yeah. But in the same way that like Taekwondo might not help you in a fight on the street.
Right.
MMA might not either. It'll help you. Hopefully, you are faster to act, and you have some ideas of keep your chin down.
Yeah.
throw straight punches, angle off.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the same way, like there's still this idea that I need to be good at Muay Thai. I need to be good at I was gonna say wrestling, but you kind of do need to be good at wrestling actually.
I feel like that and boxing
that's
are
one.
probably like the two best. But
I don't even think of boxing, man. I don't even
but
think
I
of
mean,
boxing.
like you're gonna need to throw a hands at one point.
Yeah, but everyone believes like boxing is the best at throwing hands within a boxing rule set.
No, I know.
It's not the best way because you're not allowed to grab.
I just like the posture of boxing for the posture of Muay Thai.
Okay.
Opposite. I do not believe that, and that's where I'm circling.
But boxers can't check a leg kick.
True.
Because their weight is over their front leg.
Exactly.
So there's, again, you go into any of these disciplines, you have to know how to take what matters and leave the rest.
Mixed martial arts.
Right. And don't be religious.
Yeah.
Everyone's so religious about their martial art. And again, of course, the instructor is religious because he's making money. He needs you to keep paying his bills. So he's going to believe in it,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and I very much believe in what I teach for Muay Thai and stuff like that. I've seen it be effective. I know it is effective inside of that rule set. Like, if we're doing it, because, like, you can go aside to the jiu-jitsu side and just get taken down and fucking mauled. Right? Or go, my other thing is, high school wrestler, probably going to beat that Taekwondo after school program kid.
Probably.
Yeah,
probably.
Understanding that forward pressure, the grit that they develop in most wrestling programs. I don't see a lot of wrestling programs that are soft.
Yeah.
It kind of embodies that. You know what I mean? Especially think D1 wrestlers. You know what I mean? Like we had Sean Gaspar. He was the old owner of or co-owner of where I'm at, Fife Jiu-Jitsu or MABJ Fife. And he's a D1 wrestler, and like his fucking warm up would like smoke you.
Yeah.
And then like now you're gonna go learn some jiu-jitsu, but he is more submission wrestling and a little bit harder paced than most standard jiu-jitsu. And again, we had a huge MMA program at that time, and we're finding the grit side of it. We have, and Marcelo would come in and do the encyclopedia shit, professor, and then really dial all the.
He was real deal though, wasn't he?
Marcelo?
I mean, yeah, actually competitive. Like
Marcelo? Oh yeah.
So he's legit. He understands how to actually apply it to fighting.
He's best friends with Carlson Gracie Jr., who's Carlson Gracie Sr., godfather of Vale Tudo.
Right.
Ish, there's all the lineage.
Well, back in the day, jiu-jitsu, it was real fighting.
Right.
You can come in and fight us. And what would they do? They'd put you in a position that you couldn't defend from, and then start hitting you. Mm-hmm. They wouldn't go for an armbar. They would hit you.
Combat jiu-jitsu.
Right.
Type shit.
That was what it was.
Style. Yeah.
Well,
just because they can smack.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, I know. Trust me.
Yeah. Give me a 10 planet guy.
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
I love the fight jiu-jitsu fighter. I love it.
That's what a lot of our team is, but again, they're not MMA guys anymore. Like it operates at the rev at the.
Hey, again, if you're doing that competition, cool. It's like it'd be like fencing. I think fencing is cool. I don't watch it, but the idea of if you go into a certain rule set, a certain sport, okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah. And you're operating inside of that. It's like tennis, like football. You're operating. It's a sport at that point.
Right.
You can be a fan of the sport.
Right.
Again, if we're getting into the fight,
yeah,
that we're talking about, and again, I like what you said about because Juan did this for sparring. He's like 10-minute rounds. So he said, I'll call it when the round's over, and he was putting it to people. You know what I mean? And I think I was kicking the bag, or I was helping, or something, or a media guy was there or something, which is another thing I want to touch on. But taking away a specific rule set because that mental oh shit, I don't get away from this person. This person that's fucking going hard on me. Like, oh no, I have to actually figure this out. The time the bell's not gonna save me.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna quit and be like, oh, I gotta go take a doo doo. Like, no, I'm gonna fucking whoop your ass. You're not gonna get there. So I really like that, implementing hey, you can be tougher because of that.
Yeah.
And I don't say we've gotten away from the toughness because there's a lot of people that are gritty, tough.
There's tons.
But you see the people that lack it, and then when they get matched up, I think that needs to go into like when I helped co-match make with Crew Jones. How tough is this?
You matched me for which show?
No, for our fight team.
Okay.
Yeah, through Vital Jiu-Jitsu, Street Swift Muay Thai, Crew Brian Jones Jr. and I we co-match make.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's kind of like relinquished some of it. He's like, hey, you can work with these people, and then the people that continue to contact me and stuff like that. Like Omar's reached out a couple times. So shout out to Omar Akoga.
Okay.
Omar's Joe's
yeah.
media.
Yeah. That's right. You were bringing him up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but one thing I wanted to say real quick is, well, just actually the matchmaking part. When I'm saying matchmaking somebody and they're like, oh, he's a good kid, tough kid. I'm like, how tough? How tough is he? Like, is this like I'm gonna fucking pound your face in kind of guy, or is this like a martial artist that's really nice and respectful, not necessarily like a killer? And so like, oh no, this guy's a fucking killer. Like our guy Isaac, he on Brian Johnson's show, he choked our guy to sleep, and he said he got it in there, and he's like super stoic. Call him the iceberg because he's just stone cold, ice cold.
Yeah.
He's just like, I was like watching his face, and he's just like, dude's like out asleep.
Yeah.
Fucking Jeff had to drag him off, and he's just like,
How big is he?
145, I think.
Okay. You should send him over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is the.
We're starting to have some guys that are like 45 that size.
He was offered a title fight on Muckleshoot on the 31st.
Okay.
But they turned it down. I don't remember the exact stipulations for it, but I mean he's 3-0, 2-0 MMA, 1-0 kickboxing.
Cool.
So yeah, he's a tough kid. Lifelong wrestler. He's been with us since he was like 10. So he's coming up and he's getting that grown man's. You know, like you have the kids.
Well, how old is he?
18. No, he's about to turn 19. Yeah.
Got a long time before he gets manly.
But you see, like the skill set of
okay.
like the strength coming in, and then like it's developing, and you can see it in real time. Where I am, so by the time he gets his mid-20s, when he's really developed, fucking sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And he's tough, but he doesn't show it.
Okay.
And so that's why I'm like grit, tough. What are we looking at here?
Right. What are we looking at?
So, but yeah, I like that you're implementing that.
Oh yeah. Well, it's kind of required because like. I started coming down to train with Jake. I couldn't do it if I wasn't tough. He just abuses me.
Yeah.
You know, the best wrestler around. You know, so you can fight it. One thing I was thinking about is there's a lot of tough guys I think in the Pacific Northwest who would do this if they knew that they could, if they knew it was available. But they show up to a gym and they're taking they're like, hey, go take the kickboxing class because they do need to learn. They need to learn their skill sets that you do need to learn how to move your head.
Your foundation.
Whereas you have to learn it. But then, you know, it's so long for them to go from that to getting into some real. Yeah. They're like, I ain't going to do this. I got to work, and I don't want to come and do kickboxing class with, you know, with a family. I don't want to do that. Right. I want to fight, you know? So it's like, yeah, come on.
And I will say, like, I teach the fundamentals class as well at my gym, and that's what it is. Like that, and I'm very strict. I teach it from a fighter's standpoint. Like this is where it applies to the fight. This is where it applies to day one, and it's everywhere in between. I'm like the perfectionist a little bit. Like you need to be able to step here. Like if you're not, and I won't let our class move on from a technique until everybody has it.
Cool.
But at the same time, like I'm developing like 1 to 2 techniques for an entire hour.
Right.
Like front kicks. Left and right. How long is it going to take you to get the full fucking program of developing that twice a week inside of this program?
And I call that instruction.
That is instruction.
And instruction is extremely important.
Yes.
But it's not just. But there's a difference. And also just for fighting, like for preparation. Right. So there's like you have to. Each person can also be somewhat different. I tend to believe most people are generally the same. We have very similar experiences in life over time. But you need instruction. You need somewhere that you have good knowledge from different disciplines. Yeah. But you also need just tough shit too.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to fucking sit there and find out who you are. I was telling you about the morning circuits that I used to do.
Yeah.
I remember like I grew up as the fat kid and get made fun of and stuff and never like actually put that full effort in that we're talking about until I started doing this. And I remember I'm pushing the sled with like 4 45s stacked on it. And it's like I don't know, 40 yards or whatever down and back. 40 down, 40 back.
Yeah,
and
80 yards of sled push is rough.
It was rough. And I'm halfway back and I'm like, you know, I could just quit right here and go back to being a fat kid, go sit on the couch. I could just be like, all right guys, I'm done. You can come get the sled. And I was like, fuck no, I'm never fucking going back. And like, I think you can develop that grit or that like, I'm not going to quit. But it also does have to come from inside. Like Crew Jones always says, like, that desire is something you can't teach. Right?
Yeah,
you can guide it, you can develop it, but you have to have enough desire to be consistent.
So you can create conditions.
Right.
But it is internal. So yeah, you can create the conditions that somebody can go in and put themselves in to have the chance to adapt. You know, but you're right. And toughness can be taught. Well, not taught. Toughness can be developed. Yeah, that's what you said. Taught. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's how. I can't really. I can't take credit for how tough you act.
Right.
But I can put you in positions that suck, and maybe you came from a really loving family. Yeah. With lots of comforts, and you're craving something real.
Right.
You're craving grit.
I like that.
And so,
that's a good point.
Because there's those guys too, and so you gotta go find those rooms. Sometimes you don't know. Like it's like with little children, like little boys. They don't always they don't always know how tough they are yet. Yeah. Like they fall in like a 2-year-old. He might fall and hit something, and he's like, "Ow!" They look to you. They look to someone to be like,
how are you gonna react?
Yeah, and how should I? Is this? I'm hurt, but it's on you or on whoever the role model is to be like, you're gonna be okay. Like it hurts. I understand it hurts. You're okay though. You know.
I want to say something about that. My grandpa was that. So, the clearest example I have of this is I got a fish hook stuck in just the skin of my fingers, like 5 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm like freaking out, and I'm with my grandma. My grandma's freaks out about everything, but it's like fucking crazy, wild, like angry freak out lady, like dirty South, fucking Arkansas, and, depression. And my grandpa's like, it's fine, blah blah, and I'm still freaking out. And he's like, well, I guess you're just gonna have to die. And I'm like, oh, never mind. You know what I mean? Let's not have that. And it's just like, I was so little, but it was like, flip that switch. I'm like, boom, I get it.
Yeah.
And so just being like, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna keep going. But like a little kid, like you said, you can fall off your bike. There's nobody around to fucking like. What are you gonna
scrape
do?
your knee?
Die?
Yeah.
Right there. No, you're gonna pick your bike up. You're probably gonna ride it home.
Right.
And deal with it. And you can find toughness, probably in yourself first.
Exactly.
Like you said, it can be developed, and I think softness can be overly developed.
Yeah, both things are true. Yeah. And you need softness too.
You do, and I think the constant craving of our brains to go for a comfort zone. I think that's how easy it is to develop the soft side of things. Takes that that resilience that's inside to be like, no, I can't just do what's soft. Like, how many people want to wake up at 4 a.m. to go to work? Probably nobody.
None.
How many people have to wake up early in the morning to go to work? A lot.
Yeah.
A lot more than want to. So you can develop, but you can't. I don't think you can be tough.
You can try it. You can say you can demonstrate it because like we'll do that. Like as a coach, you're trying to do it, and you can again create the conditions where people have the choice. Yeah. Where they're presented with the choice. Conditions, presented with the opportunity.
And you always have a choice.
You do. I remember there was a time I was training. I was getting whooped or something. I was tired early, and like training the hour just started. Oh shit! And I remember this guy. He was on top of me, and we're so competitive with each other. Very good. He was a D1 wrestler, very very good. And that day, man, I had a lot going on in my life at the time, so I had a lot of extra stressors. And he got on top, and he was suffocating me with his shirt. I was like, "It's not the shirt. Come on, man." I got weak. And I never. Like I would never have I'd never have let that happen. This was like a year or two ago.
Some sort of outside influence, but you're like, damn it, this little thing's fucking getting.
Yeah, today I was like, he's on me, he's suffocating me and mount. I was like, come on, man, you're waterboarding me with your sweat. Like, and normally I would do this to you. Like we are competitive. He was mad because I got him last week, bad. Yeah. So it was like I understood. I knew why this was happening. I was like,
had one of those life moments that suckered its way in.
Yeah, and I was weak. I was weak. I was like, bro, and then he looked at me like, what? And I was like, and I sat there, and I was like, I know, I know I've lost. I know you got me. This is round 1. I know I'm breaking. I know. And so, because I used to think I'm so tough, I'd never break. No, you'll break. Everyone breaks. Everyone will break.
Yeah.
It's
That's
just
how
you
come
have to
stronger.
keep pushing. You have to keep pushing. And so
you lose is if you quit.
right. And you know, there'll be some young guy watching and be like, "I'll never quit." Like, all right, come on Saturday.
You're
Come
gonna
on Saturday.
find moments that test that.
There's moments.
I hope you never quit. you gotta get tested. If you're like, oh, I'm never gonna quit, it's probably too easy. If you're not getting tested to the point where you're like questioning that, you're probably going too easy. You're probably not gonna make it to the point that we're talking about. That upper echelon. You're gonna be casual. You're gonna have like some cool stories, some fun memories. But you know, like if you're really trying to push to that top, you gotta test that shit.
You gotta test it, and it happens.
And life's gonna creep in.
It does.
It's funny because
bad sleep, you're working nights, you didn't get to eat, your mama died, you know, like your girlfriend broke up with you this morning, you know, and so it's like you're a weakling today. You just are.
There's two things I want to say on that specifically. That's our old fight camp thing. Is like Crew Jones used to be like Murphy's Law. And the last couple of weeks of fight camp, your car's gonna break down. Your girl's gonna break up with you. You're gonna lose your job. It's all going to try to pull you away from this fight. You know, like, and so that like life's gonna throw its shit at you those last couple of weeks, and don't let it break you. So like, still conditioning that mindset. But
smart.
Oh man, fucking, I think it kind of conditions your brain to look at, because I would be like, oh yeah, when something would happen, like fucking, like I could switch and be like, Murphy's Law, the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Or I could be like, my car broke down. How am I? You know, have to really stress on that on top of everything else. And I see where those tests come. Those life tests. So the other thing I wanted to say, so I used to, I'm not gonna say who it was, but you get in those situations and like outside life would be fucking with him. I'd be like, he'd be like, well, you gotta tell me about this. Like it'd start coming into me, and like, you gotta tell me when this happens, and like blah blah blah. And I'm like, I did, and I just remember they were like, or I was just like, or it was like, I shouldn't have to tell you. You should just know. I'm like, you sound like a woman.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, fuck, I do. So it was just like, it broke him back, and he's like, just like what you said, and not to be like misogynist or anything like that, but it was like that classic sitcom, like, bro, you sound like fucking Barney's wife or some type of shit, and it broke him right out of it, and he was just like, oh yeah, you're right, just fucking forget, let's get back to this.
Yeah, let's get back to it.
Yeah, man.
That's, you know, that's one important thing. You talk a lot about being tough and it's all hard and all that. That's where camaraderie helps, you know,
fighting your brothers
and trusting, you know, like if you train with someone all the time, you get over on them, they get over on you. There's been that bad day, you're in there, you know, and in the coaching and like trying to, so again, creating the conditions for toughness, but there's also like, we all have weak moments. Yeah. And so recognizing when it's like, okay, that person shouldn't be asking for the comfort.
Yeah.
But the coach and the you know, you pull the punch. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're like, all right, like you kind of, you know what's happening. You're like, this is a bad day today for whatever reason. Yeah. We don't even need to ask him. We could ask him about it afterwards or whatever, but.
It's that old, you can push a man too far. You really can.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you recognize that, to not emphasize restraint or control. I don't want to say that's being nice or anything, and maybe you're emphasizing a little bit control, because there's always a tact, right? There's always a tactic that you should be displaying. And as a coach, like, I could go beat up on somebody and like test that, you know what I mean? But if I'm like, all right, they're about to break, and be like, yeah, I'm going to break them. I'm going to see, and then like certain people can take it, certain people can't.
Yeah, different times.
Different times.
You got to fight in 2 weeks. Don't break them.
Don't break them. They need to fight in 2 weeks.
They need to believe that they got out.
Yeah.
So even like, let them out, but make it look hard.
4 weeks out, maybe 6 weeks out, maybe put them in a Shark Tank and fucking see where they're at, you know? And coach, you can like develop that through. Like, I know it's hard. That's why we're doing a Shark Tank or whatever it may be. Hard conditioning. I feel like some of my favorite times training was, or I would say my very favorite times training is outside of the gym, outside of the brother camaraderie type shit, is when I'm by myself and pushing hard as fuck. Like nobody around to clap, nobody even around to know how hard.
Yeah, how hard it is. Yeah.
And that develops in here, and like that grit, I think. You know, like knowing I'm out there giving everything I got, and I'm doing it consistently, you know, and I'm not doing it for a hand clap. I'm not doing it for fucking money. I'm not doing all this, and that can help develop that, like, I don't give a fuck what conditions they are, because I can do this on my own by myself in these situations and still go to my extreme, hopefully develop that boundary, you know. I will make a statement is one of the times where I felt like I was gonna break. You know, they have the blood, sweat, and tears. You know,
what's this?
You never heard fighting's blood, sweat, and tears? You gotta give it all right. You never heard of that?
I mean, I'm sure people have said it, but, it never stood out to me.
So, you know, that's just a common saying. But like, I remember one day I teared up. I mean, it wasn't like I was like bawling or like, but it was my bad day, and I think I was like out of shape. I wasn't in fight camp. Probably like on our first couple of days coming back off of injury or something, you know. And I was getting pieced in by pro fighters, like and stuff like that. You know, Cameron.
Yeah.
So he was one of them, and he's fucking Mr. Stiff Jab. He's in.
He does have a stiff jab.
And I'm like, it wasn't because like he was so good. I was so frustrated.
He's also good.
He was
also good.
This was like 12 years ago, 13 years ago. It was a long time. It's still really, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I'm fighting Crew Jones, and I'm fighting there's a guy Alfonso.
Fonzo, I know. Yeah.
And he stopped in, and like Papa Martin, I don't know if you know Aaron Martin, like a bunch of, he's out of Logic now, but there's a bunch of guys. This was back when the ring was in the opposite corner of where it's at now. Anybody that was MABJJ fight savvy knows what I'm talking about. And I'm just getting lit up the whole night. Like all the killers are there, and I'm like showing up fat, sloppy, slow, and for hard sparring, you know.
Yeah, taking the punishment.
So frustrated. My bad day was all of their good days. I remember getting out, and I'm like so mad. Like they started well enough, you know. You get mad as a kid, and I'm like, I used to swing when that would happen. It was not. You can't do that here. We just got done doing it. Like that's not.
Yeah.
And so just the frustration came out. I didn't come to like actual tears, but like I remember them being like, "This is what we're seeing today. Like you're not in shape right now. To come in and have this mental state that you're ready and you can do this at any time. Like you're overweight right now, type shit. Like you're not gonna be fast. You're not gonna be reactive." And it was probably my first day going in just for sparring. You know. That whole thing, like maybe take a week or two, you know, get yourself back dialed a little bit for the hardest fucking sparring. Yeah. And I just felt frustrated, and they were like, they just talked me down, you know, came back out of it and fucking fine within an hour or whatever. You know, the frustration goes away, and you're still here, and that's the camaraderie that helped. And I had a student experience the exact same thing at one point, and he got upset, left the ring, got his stuff. And he was like, "I'm leaving for the night." And that's not what I did, but I was like, I hopped out of the ring, went in there, chased him down. I was like, "Look, I know exactly where you're at." Gave him a big hug and be like, "Come back tomorrow. You know, like let's keep going. Like this is okay. We all go through this." And I know he appreciated that. He's told me so, messaged me later on and said, and I had that experience to know like I can pass something on here. Yeah. And not everyone's gonna experience that or take the time out to go do that, And I was watching him have tough rounds. He had his version of that. Yep. I'm like, hey man, it's just a tough night. And he's one of those ones that doesn't have the cleanest technique, but man, he turned on that fight switch. Yeah. Like he's gonna fucking go forward. He's gonna fight you. It doesn't have to be ugly or it doesn't have to be pretty to fight. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So, almost at this about 2 hours.
Oh shit!
Time flies. Yeah. What else do you want to talk about before we talk about closing everything up?
I'm out.
Well,
I am good.
Fights coming up? Anything?
Yeah. No, I got a fight. Well, we're trying to get an opponent right now. Okay. So at Coca, January 31st.
I wanted you to say it, not me.
Yeah. Yeah. January 31st. I talk to Omar all the time. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're trying to get someone right now.
Perfect. I mean, they've got a lot of contacts. I know Eddie's helping out with that. Mm-hmm. Omar and Joe are trying to blow that show up, just like how we're talking. So I don't doubt that you're going to have a good opponent, tough opponent. I'll be there. I've got some other stuff we can talk about off camera that hopefully I will be there for 2 different reasons. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, Koga, man, fucking, that hopefully is going to be a good show. I know they're doing 2 back-to-back. Shout out to
then
Omar,
and then
Joe.
February 28th too, I think. Right?
February 28th, yep, month out. And there's 3 fight cards that night. There's I think it's Eric Wiseman's Axe Fighting, or I think that's Axe Championship. Anyway, and then there's another fight card as well that night. It might be War Championships with Landon.
That's in February, isn't it?
February 28th, yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and there's there's a lot of promotions. Out of state too. I'm looking at everything. I'm trying to keep fighting I want to fight every month.
I love that.
I
And
fight
that
every single
frequency
month.
that we talked about earlier, that shit's important. Especially like a couple pro-ams in the state, you gotta look outside of this if you're gonna make your biggest run at this. Fucking, if I can do anything to help, just let me know. Like, I'm all on.
You're doing it.
Yeah,
You're doing it. You're bringing eyes to it. You're doing it.
That's not what the goal originally was. I talked about this, but it's what it's developed into. And
Well, there's the vision, the shared vision that we have, and other people are going to have it too. I'm sure they might not have talked about it yet.
Yeah.
You know, and so there's going to be a lot of rules. There's going to be a lot. It's going to take a lot of people to build to what we want.
Yeah,
And so you don't always know exactly what your role is going to be, or when you're going to have the right moment to help, you know, or to plug in. But yeah, I'd encourage everybody that's listening. If you believe in it, then reach out and see if we can build this.
Yeah.
So I do believe that within a few years, Washington is going to be a name.
Oh yeah.
We're going to be smoking people.
Yep.
And
That's what I want.
yeah, we're going to go everywhere.
Yeah.
We're going to fight here. We're going to go everywhere. We'll start with just the U.S.
You start with the U.S. But
Start with the U.S.
worldwide, baby. Fucking what is it?
Yeah.
Worldwide. Fucking prestige worldwide.
Boats and hoes.
Boats and hoes, baby.
Boats and hoes.
Fucking, they're the best rap song.
That's maybe not the best, but
maybe not the best, but like classic.
they should have gone somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I would love to hear an album done by Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly,
That'd be great.
like based on that.
It'd be terrible, but it'd be great.
Terrible. Well, I mean, so was Weird Al. Fucking terrible. I don't know if you know who Weird Al is.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone knows. But like,
Riding nerdy.
yeah.
White and nerdy.
White and
White and nerdy.
It's so funny because my buddy D used to always talk about, like, you know, like trying to catch me riding dirty. He's like, that is a fucking white people song.
Yeah.
He's like, that is a song that they're like, all right, we can put this song out on the radio. So like, I always he's like, that song is for white people to play in the car.
Yeah.
And stuff. He's like, that's not for black people. And he's like, so he used to always say the same thing about, oh God, who was it? I just had a brain fart. DMX.
He thought he was for white people music?
No.
Oh.
Complete opposite.
Yeah, I was
they
like,
tricked
really?
white people. They tricked white people to buy DMX. Cause like, y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. And they're like, oh, like, you see Zach and Miri fucking dancing to this song. Like, I'll buy that album. And he's like, you get into it. And he's like talking about like deep shit about death and all this. Like, you talking about like extreme poverty and all this crazy shit. And people killing each other. And like, oh my God, what have I done? The Dave Chappelle fucking white. Like, this shouldn't be available to white people. So there's me and my buddy D used to always talk about that. Like,
that's funny.
White people rap. They're like, you know, like, all right, these are the ones that are like, all right, we can let this one slide through.
Yeah.
Sell the album a little bit.
Yeah.
But, no, it's just funny you brought that up. But, yeah, just lastly, big shout out to Eddie for working with you. And hopefully, you know, he gets some more people on.
Yeah.
I was teasing him when he left WFC. And I was just like, there's no way you're not going to stay in the sport somehow, dude. Like,
of course.
Yeah. So I'm glad that he's doing it. He put out One Speed Management. I'll make sure to tag him and share his stuff.
Yeah.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Oh, the Swartz family with, you know, Brad Swartz and Jake Swartz over at Fitness Quest. You know, good people. Mm-hmm. I believe in good people.
Yep. Same.
You know?
It's hard to build on, build with the house cards.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, so.
It's flimsy.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Shout out to Nick Merritt, you know, your boy. Mm-hmm. That Synergy. Yep. There's a lot of guys. It's too many people.
Well, any sponsorships you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah. So there's a guy named Kyle Couts. He owns a mobile hyperbaric chamber.
Oh, no shit. I saw you post this. I was interested in that.
HBO on the go.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's been hooking me up with that, and that's fantastic for your head.
Show up with it in like a trailer or like a
Basically.
well, I mean not
yeah.
like a trailer, but like a
Yeah.
like a toy hauler type shit with that shit.
Yeah,
loaded up.
but he can fold it up, and I think he has a truck.
Really?
So he has that too.
So
Yeah,
I've
I've been meeting him at different spots.
I've only seen the egg-shaped hyperbaric chamber, so I'm not really familiar with
That's,
it.
it is kind of an egg, but
Okay.
but it blows up. So
Okay.
there's the ones that are like
Solid.
yeah, solid. These are blow ones. So
Interesting. Okay.
so that, and then also Fitness Quest also they got me on supplements,
Okay, dope.
but their stuff's good.
Good. Okay.
It's good. I got this thing called Kaiso. I use it before every fight. I use it before every practice. I practiced before I came here.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
What is this, like a pre-workout?
It's like a pre-workout, but when I hate saying pre-work, it is a pre-workout. Right? But I hate saying pre-workout because then you think of I think of 20 years ago like NO Explode.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Jet 3D.
yeah, and like it's not that. It's not just gonna but it somehow it helps your blood carry more oxygen.
So it's got like beetroot powder and nitric oxide.
Doesn't have that.
Okay.
I use beet juice too,
Yeah.
but it has beta alanine. It has a few other supplements I don't remember the name of,
Yeah.
but it's good.
Good.
It's good for explosive, like repeated explosive.
I like that.
So yeah,
Okay.
it's good stuff. Kaiso, KYSO.
Okay, I'll definitely check that out.
There's a
And
fitness question.
I'm actually looking to do versions of sponsorships for the podcast for certain products like that. So, maybe
Oh, talk to them. Yeah, talk to them.
Yeah. First of the year. I mean, I've got it all drawn out. It's just I'm gonna put boots on the ground first of the year. I've already got a couple. I got my friends over at Muay.
What's that?
So they're a cannabis company.
Okay.
But in Muay Thai, it's like
Yeah.
fucking yell it back and forth,
Yeah.
trying to score points and emphasize, get the crowd into it. Very positive environment, but it is a gambling environment as well. Muay Thai shit.
All fighting is gambling.
Well, yeah.
That's the whole point of
The rule
rounds.
set so that heavy-handed motherfuckers have a disadvantage. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we all try to make it better for our guy.
Exactly. That's why I like Western Muay Thai, because you know a lot of Western boxing in Muay Thai, and that's important. You'd be like, oh, let's knock this dude out, and they're like, or you just pummel somebody with the hands, and it's like, this guy threw 2 body kicks against that, and they're like, Muay Thai scores body kicks, they don't score punches.
Yeah.
You lose, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? I just beat this dude's brains out, and you're gonna make me lose? That's why there's that weirdness about it. I'm glad that America has forced a change, and the rest of the world has too with high-level kickboxing, with the Amsterdam last year, this time of year. And
Cool.
I'm like, these dudes fucking go hard. Every punch, every rep, I love that. That's Dutch
cool.
style. Yeah, I also liked it because they're like, oh, this guy's pretty good. It's good to go elsewhere, and they're like, oh fuck, I got partnered off with some foreigner, probably some social media dude, and then I'm like, he's throwing crosses, 3 of them in a row because he couldn't throw his kicks. So I'm just like, catch. He's speaking Dutch over here or something. These are big dudes. The big Dutch people are the biggest guys in the world.
They're huge, yeah.
The toilets sit taller than fucking normal. I'm sitting here like this.
Yeah.
Bart Simpson and shit. But no, they're speaking Dutch back and forth, and he was smiling. I'm like, whatever. I'm obviously not into the conversation. And then he's like, oh, telling the guy that sent me there. He's like, you're pretty good and stuff. Felt good about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, of course.
Especially when they're expecting, fuck, man, I'm gonna have that shitty partner today.
Yeah.
Doesn't I took that as a good compliment.
Yeah, that's huge.
Cool. Worldwide, it has kind of changed the sport of kickboxing into Muay Thai. You see those global rules, 1FC fights and stuff like that. So I like that they have to adapt. Plus, back to how you fight with grit, they're tough dudes over there. They're tough as fuck, but I don't see anywhere else in the world that spars so light. They spar light, every day, just barely touch, play spar, because they fight every week or two.
Yeah, exactly. They fight all the time, so it doesn't matter.
But even when you see them fight, it's that the timing, the 1 and 2, the back and forth, the high level caution because of this stuff, and trying to play to some of those old fashioned rule sets. You're seeing 1FC come out with them fucking 4-ounce gloves, and they're like, yeah, fucking swing away, bro. And they do, and that's
They also don't
taking
drug
the
test.
sport out to that. What?
They don't drug test either.
On 1FC? Okay. I almost said very nice.
That's why they're so exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. I'm just pride.
They never slow down.
I like that. Ooh, I didn't know that, and I like
It's too hard to drug test. Think about it. They have too many. They're in too many countries.
That's a good
Regulation it'd be too hard. You know.
That's a great point. I didn't really think about that. And you do see, you know, the international stuff. Like I know the old Russian fucking supplement, you know, state sponsored fucking shit. And Thailand is full of Russian motherfuckers being fighters. So it makes sense.
It's funny. Everywhere I go, and like I haven't traveled that much, but when I travel, there's always Russians.
Yeah, they're trying to get the fuck out.
Everywhere.
I'm not surprised.
I love Russians.
Not here though. I mean, you can go to Dagestan, you can come to Washington.
Yeah,
That's
right.
my little fucking slogan that I'm just, it's just kind of cheesy, but it's, you know, hopefully it catches.
Well, we got to prove it first.
Well, and that's what I want. I want people to be like, all right, let's show up and fucking prove it.
Yeah.
Bring it, baby. I'll be like, yo, Eddie, I'm getting hit up because I said this shit on the podcast. Like, think Jonathan would want to fight this guy from Dagestan? I know you would. Yeah. Like, you don't give me any vibes that you wouldn't.
No, I'm looking for the hardest fight every time.
I love that.
You know, a lot of guys try to build. It's following boxing. You look at boxing. First boxing, most pro boxers have like 10 KOs the first 10 fights because they're fighting guys that are they're meant for that. Yeah. And the guys know what their roles do. Mm-hmm. They get paid to shy away TKO. You know.
So unfortunate. It's true.
That's what most guys are still doing here, even in MMA now. And so I'm like, hey man, I want the real.
You if you guys are taking a dive. If I ever hear or see somebody take
a dive, I'm not saying they might not be taking a dive, but I'm saying that the coaches are looking for fights that the guy's gonna win.
My first fight, I talk about it all the time. When I mentioned Miles Coble earlier, it was his 10th fight. It was my first.
That's a hard fight.
It was a hard fight, but we were, I don't want to say evenly matched, but it was it was even enough for me to go in there and keep it competitive. Mm-hmm. And Crew Jones is like, you're the underdog. You're not supposed to win this fight. And it was in his backyard. We were doing the rules meeting, and like I know he's trying to fucking do because I've never fought with shin guards. It was back in the day, and he's like, no shin guards, right? And then he was like, yeah, no shin guards.
Nice.
Because we're fucking kicking school. Like I love me some low kicks and some Dutch style. Yeah. And he beat me with low kicks in the third one, one of those shitty little up kicks I was talking about the other day. But you know, and hats off to him. He knew what he was doing. They were probably like, he's not checking low kicks, spam the fuck out of him. Yeah. And I couldn't walk for like a month. Yeah. I mean, I had to because of work, but.
Yeah, you were hurting.
Yeah. But man, I love the hurt business. Yeah. Yeah, especially the harder you go, test yourself. Like if you're not in the sport to fucking test yourself, what are you trying to do?
What happens when you run into a guy that's tough? What happens? You know,
wants to hurt you.
What happens? You're 5-0,
and you're like a super nice guy.
There's a 5-0 guy.
Who?
I won't say.
You don't have to say it. All right, 5-0.
At 5-0, that he's on my hit list. I think I made it onto his hit list. It's gonna
happen.
It might happen.
Yeah.
I want it to happen, but some things have to play out right for it to happen. But two of his guys, their combined record is like 5-40, or 5-50 or something like that.
Oh damn.
Two of the guys he's beaten. So I'm like, you got TKOs against the guy that's got 20 TKO losses, you know. So what happens when you fight a guy that's fighting 9-1s? What's happened? Like there's a guy I fought, Noah Connors.
Said something messed up, but go ahead.
you know, do you know the name Noah Connors?
Noah Connors.
He's a fighter, a pro fighter out of Spokane. Okay. And he is also a professional grappler. Okay. I don't know the right. He grapples for money, I think. Okay. You know, but he's doing like shows
professional jiu-jitsu grappler.
Yeah, I think so. I think that. Okay. Really good. I fought him a few fights ago. Super tough. Just animal, tough guy. But on his you look at his record, he's fought tough, hard fights, and you know he also doesn't. He has there's 3 or 4 fights aren't on his record. Yeah, so it's mine. Okay. Yeah, it's
just
mine.
Make sure mine's not stopping recording because like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's me. But so it's like, I'm looking for those guys. Yeah. I think he was 12. I think 12-3-1 when we fought. Yeah. And one of the guys he fought, I knew the guy was fucking tough. Okay. And he won. I was like, oh. I couldn't find footage of that fight. I was like, oh, if you beat that guy, this is gonna be a hard fight. And it was. I was losing the whole fight. And then I won, but I was losing the whole fight. You know, I knew it too. I knew there's fights like that where I went into it going like, I told my coaches, I told my family, I was like, hey, I'm going to be losing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be losing this entire fight. but I think I'm going to win.
Like,
You know?
when you know yourself well enough to call it, and you know your opponent well enough to call it.
Yeah. Well, the matchup was a hard matchup.
Yeah.
But so the confidence I took away from that fight.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially to kind of call it and make it happen like that too.
So if you got a guy, you know, some of these guys that are padding records and they got all these KOs and so 5 first-round finishes. Okay, but who?
Yeah.
Who are we putting down?
Like,
Yeah.
Let's embody the toughness of the Pacific Northwest that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And actually, you said something I kind of alluded to in a second ago. The people that are 2-20, what the fuck keeps them fighting? Who the fuck is responsible for getting them fights against dudes that are padding their records?
But the promoters are doing it.
I know, and a lot of times it's the last minute replacements.
Yeah.
I know that.
It's not just that. It's that too. It's that too.
Well, I knew somebody when I was fighting. I was watching this person lose consistently, and they were coming from a decent gym, and I'm like, I don't understand it. And I know it takes heart. Like you want.
Sure.
It's something it's a labor of love. It's a passion thing for you to keep fighting while losing.
Yeah.
Especially with like a drastic losing record, like something like that, like 20 losses and 2 wins. Like that's most people hang it up before that.
Look, there's levels of respect. We talked about this before we got the camera rolling. Levels of respect, right? I respect anyone that walks out there.
Yeah.
You know, I respect people that walk out into a smoker. Okay, because to me, we talked about this yesterday. That's a fight.
Yeah,
it's not the same, but
competition that you've done to this day.
And you're risking a lot to go in front of other people. It's hard to talk in front of people.
Go out there, take your shirt off in front of a big crowd.
And then fight and hear them talking shit. Because the crowd talks shit too.
So vulnerable.
Right.
That's a great thing to touch on. People don't realize how vulnerable fighters have to be to go in there and be fucking champions and be tough.
Yeah. It's hard. So I give them respect, but it also is a little weird. Like some of the guys, like especially when they get finished a bunch, like it's not always a choice to be finished, but like it also is. You know, like some guys you get clocked or someone's better than you. Okay.
Right.
Like way better. But most of the time when I've finished someone, they usually break. So you're breaking every time, and like again, that can happen. That can happen.
Yeah.
You want to believe that you're not going to break, but like
people
in the right.
Broken before they step in the cage.
Right.
You know.
So I don't know. I'm not sure the psychology of a person that chooses to keep fighting, but losing, but losing that much.
Right.
I'm not sure what the psychology is. But I also know a guy who he's tough. He's from a place where he doesn't have good training. I don't even know if he has access to training partners. He likes to fight.
Yeah.
And he's got a losing record, but he's tough. And he's won some hard fights against, I guess I won't bring him up, but he's won fights against a tough training partner of mine back in the day, who was actually really good. Okay. You know, so he'll every once in a while he'll take a head of a good guy. Okay. You know? Well, so he's willing to throw down.
I like that.
He just isn't very skilled.
Okay.
And so like I respect the guy, but he also has won like over 20 fights.
Okay.
You know, so like he's also winning. He loses to more skilled guys, but he wins fights too. You know? And but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the psychology. I don't want to just I try not to just talk shit about people that lose all the time, but it is a weird mentality to continue to like tap and continue to get TKO'd like over and over again.
And I think that's a conversation I would want to delve into with people that have experienced that, not in a bad way. Just be like, so what is it like?
Yeah.
Because think about like how many years and how much time we have to put in with not getting paid. That's a big loss in itself, right?
Yeah.
And how many people break or quit just because of the financial cost.
Yeah.
You gotta buy new gear all the time and shit like that. Operate in the red up until you get that high name UFC is what I'm saying.
You still don't make that much money.
Still don't make that much money.
You get cut easy, so it's like you still don't make that much money.
Use that as an avenue to build a business out, like from your like.
Yeah, start a name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you think you're gonna make one big paycheck off the UFC and be set forever, it's not fucking real.
No.
You have to move to your own like little villa in Mexico or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not practical. But yeah, man, like I'd really love to kind of, and I guess it really doesn't matter. Every person's gonna have their different version of like why they stay in the sport. Win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter. But psychology behind what we do. You know, I think a lot of it's primal. We get to tap into the primal fighting side of things. Think about like Me and you know how to fight. There's no like animosity here. We're just like,
No.
yeah, man, fucking let's build it. You know.
Right.
We talk about all the time, like you go in a room where you're the only one that knows how to fight, and people can be intimidated. You don't know that, you know, and stuff like that. There's always like that weird hierarchy, the pecking order. It usually doesn't come from people with confidence in their skill set. It comes from people without, you know, not in a bad way, just in the fact that like I always think about like tribalistic kind of thing. It's like, oh, the warriors just got back from war. And then the regular ones were like, oh shit, watch out for the warrior. You know, don't. It's the Mike Tyson thing. Joe Rogan needs a thicker table or a more spaced out table because he was intimidated when Mike Tyson was in.
He did?
Yes, yeah. He talks about it. He's like, because he had like before he moved to his permanent spot in Texas.
Yeah.
He's like, I did a podcast with Mike Tyson. He wasn't training or nothing. He's really calm, nicest guy in the world. Loved talking. He's doing his weed stuff. Then they did another one a little bit later at the intermediate studio, and the table was small. He's in fight camp, and he's like, I can feel this energy. He's like, I need more space between me and my case. And he was like, think about that. Like, Joe Rogan knows his shit. Mike Tyson, that's the last person I would ever want to be like, oh, I make a fucking voice and then fucking do this. And I'm like, I'm not trying to get knocked out by him. But that intimidation fucking factor, like that's everything. But there's no animosity between us, or like I don't go anywhere. Like I don't have anything to prove. But I think a lot of fighters don't. They're just like the ones. Some do. Some are like, I gotta fucking, you know, like secretly like angry or like mad at other people for being competitors in their class or whatever, versus being like, I need to prove who I am. I'm gonna go out there and do my best, and you're just in the way. You're the criminal and I'm Batman, kind of shit. Yeah. Versus being like, I dislike you because you're a fighter in my weight class.
Yeah.
It's like that's kind of operating out of a toxic zone versus like I'm gonna do what I gotta do and you're just in the way. Yeah. Yeah. Which is kind of what I'm thinking about when I say that about you. So it's like, I know you're gonna go out there and demolish people because they're in your way. Yeah. Right. Probably not mad at them for being around. No. I hope not.
No, I'm glad they say yes.
Yeah. Fight them.
I'm glad they'll say yes to the fight.
Again, if you're a fighter, see what's up. Test yourself. Fight. See who you are. Like, if you're not that way, like...
It's cool. It's fine.
It's cool. Like, but coming out of our gym, we're not going to get you easy fights. If you're like, oh, we'll be specific about the fight, or like, we don't want to get you a tough fight. There was one girl, Koliani. She's 15 years old. WBC youth team silver medalist in Muay Thai.
That's super impressive.
Yeah, it's really impressive. One of the matchmakers from Muay Thai in the area, or Kumkumar, was trying to match her. Like, initially didn't have the full details of Koliani, but against like a 24-year-old with a couple or 27-year-old knockouts and stuff. Yeah. And it's like, that's not a good match all around.
It's a teenager.
It's a teenager. And to have let's say, God forbid, a grown woman knocks out a teenager like that, everybody looks bad. Yeah. Like, everybody loses. And it's not just like, oh, you had a tough fight. Say our 15-year-old KOs her. The only person that looks good is her. Yeah. Like, even the fighters or even the coaches would be like, why did you get that girl in this fight? 20, you know what I mean? And like, there's still always like, did that person take a fall? It's weird, right? So sometimes we will say no, but usually they say no. Yeah. I know you know what we're talking about. Yeah. What else you want to say before we close out, man?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
It's cool you're doing this. It's cool you're doing this. Nice to get to know you better.
Yeah, this is great, and we'll try to get some of our guys out. What day and time exactly?
So Saturdays, 11:30 to 1:30. It's a soft start.
Soft. Okay.
So
it's casually show up.
It's starting at 11:45.
Okay.
So, but be ready. We don't warm you up. You warm yourself up.
Yeah.
You know, puffies, knee pads, elbow pads. I said puffies and elbow pads.
I know what you mean. You're holding your elbow.
Yeah. Yeah, we go hard.
Okay. Obviously, shin guards.
No.
No.
We don't do very much fighting from distance.
Oh, so it's mainly like.
It's mostly ground and pound.
Like MMA,
it's MMA specific. Yeah, this is not a sparring day.
Okay.
You know, like when you think of sparring, we have all the creative freedom to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
These are fight specific, high intensity, high rest.
Okay.
So it's explosive, It's at sprinting speed. It's series of explosive situations.
Cool.
And the total volume is actually not that much because it's not here 2 hours. I'm against long practices. The actual amount of volume that we actually do training, added all the way up, maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So it's at 100%.
Yeah.
Try to do something for 100% for 10, 15 minutes. It's a long
Like
time.
sprints.
Yeah,
You said
it's like
that's
sprints.
Sprint pace.
Exactly, it's like sprints.
So nobody sprints for long.
2 hours, but it's not 2 hours.
You're just there present for 2
You're there for 2
hours.
hours.
You're not
Yeah.
sprinting for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
But it is more like the ground and pound pace that you're talking about. So like if we had like a whole bunch of kickboxers wanted to show up, it's not that kind of sparring.
They can come. Yeah, they can come. But it'll be ground. It'll be.
But I mean, it's a different environment. Like
We do some
come-
striking. We do some
Okay.
striking. Very little. We do very little striking,
Okay.
but we do some striking. We do some small fight situational stuff where there's some outside striking. Very very little.
Okay.
And it's not an instructional practice. It's not. There is some instruction, but it's not technical. We're not going through technique. We're not running through that. This is a practice for fighters to show up and get ready for fights.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, when sparring starts at our gym, we're not. I might coach as if I'm coaching from your corner and for the fight, but that's as far as it goes. Like instruction's done before we spar. Like
Right.
your skill set is going to be developed outside of sparring. This is your application time.
Right.
For us. So now, and here's kind of what I'm alluding to. Like, let's say we work something out, and like a bunch of our guys were going to come over.
Yeah.
Most of our guys are specifically kickboxing Muay Thai. So like, what would that look like? They're gonna come in. They're gonna do more MMA style.
We're gonna keep it MMA. So
Right.
we wouldn't move it to kickboxing or Muay Thai. But
Right.
but what we probably do if you did say you had like say 4 guys that you
Okay.
wanted to come in or whatever, and you told me ahead of time, then we'll keep the MMA stuff, but we might switch and do some more wall fighting.
Okay.
So it's in the clinch.
Okay.
So this is more because they'll learn things that are applicable within the clinch with what they're doing as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it still would be useful to them. It'd be a little bit less useful because it's not the same. It's not the same sport.
Go out there
You know.
and fucking find your sport though. Like we've
Right.
got guys that want to be MMA guys. We
Yeah.
just don't offer a solid MMA program anymore. It's become
That's another
jiu-jitsu
thing.
And Muay Thai.
So that's actually another reason why I'd forgotten about this. But there are gyms. Like I've gone to a few jiu-jitsu gyms to say, hey, do you have guys that want to fight?
Yeah.
Because keep them here again. Keep your membership. You keep the money, but you can send them to us, and they can come and train and do some of the MMA stuff. You know.
And that's again why I would love to be able to work something out. You
Yeah,
know?
cool.
And again, I don't give a fuck. Go do MMA. Like I used to say, go to Eddie Blackburn's garage. We did MMA. Fucking, I got my Fairtex big puffies, and I'm getting pieced in by dudes with 4s. 4 ounces, and I'm like, they're sneaking in. You know what I mean? You think you got? Oh, I'm blocking a puffy. Nope, right in.
Yeah.
And
That's why I don't like boxing. I'm a terrible boxer
Okay.
with big gloves, but I don't miss a lot with little gloves.
See, now, again, J.D. Burns, like, that's what he said. He was like, I'm so precise, he does bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Fucking, and he's like, you're just getting cut up or you're getting clipped. He's like, it's not like you have a big casted up fucking,
Right.
You're not getting hit with a fucking brick
Right.
every time and it's taking up this much surface area on your head.
Right.
Like, you can get you here, but it still affects all these nerves. You get somebody here, it's going to hit crack the orbital in those 4s, you know.
Yeah.
So, but again, if they want to come out, bring their MMAs, MMA gloves.
Tell them to come.
Yeah.
I'd say, or tell me that they're coming.
Oh yeah.
Tell me that they're coming.
I would. Yes.
So I'll set it up correctly.
Okay.
But yeah, but bring the little gloves.
And I will tell them, like, if you're going there, this is not Muay Thai. This is not kickboxing. This is not jiu-jitsu. This is fighting.
Yeah,
You're gonna
we
go
have
there.
some kickboxers who come through sometimes.
Yeah.
But they do the fighting.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Is like, don't go there thinking it's us.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
you're not going to get the same kind of.
Yeah.
Go there because you need to adapt and get out of just the Muay Thai
Yeah.
or just the jiu-jitsu aspect.
Mhm.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to making that announcement here in a couple hours at class.
Sweet.
So hopefully you hear from me. I know of a couple guys already, and they're hungry.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
you go test them. One of them's an Army Ranger, so go put him through.
What's his name?
Rob Carlin.
Okay, I don't know, but
He's gone over to Synergy a couple times. He texted me and asked me, he's like, hey, is it cool if I go over to train with Nick a couple times? I know they got some tough dudes. He knows Malik real well.
how big is he?
1 45 or 55.
You white dude?
Yeah. Drunk Rob. What's up, man?
Yeah, he's a ranger.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
I've met him.
Okay, yeah.
He comes to Fitness Quest sometimes, like, but
Okay.
the Puyallup one, like, I've seen him at the Fitness Quest, but I never trained with him, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He
Okay.
call him Drunk Rob. He was like, call that even though I've always been sober. So it's like, just sounds dope. He did my podcast. So
Yeah.
like number 5 or something.
Uh-huh.
Like that. But yeah. Cool, man. Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Thanks for
This
having
was
me,
a
brother.
blast, y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate
Thank you
you.
so much for coming on.
Thank you.
You guys make sure you follow him and let's get out there and get training.